And go. We are live.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third live stream for Super Academy. Today we are doing, the first day we talked about cinematography. Second day talked about music, but now we're talking about kind of probably the most fun part of, at least, we're doing a superhero versus any other things, is making characters. So especially with Super Academy, a lot of, and I'm saying as I gesture this hot dog at you.
That's cool.
A lot of the characters came from, just saying funny things. So that's what we're kind of doing now, going to be doing now, is we are going to be making new characters.
You can give us the ideas. Give us a fun idea.
Yeah, see if you can stump us.
Yeah. I don't think you can stump us.
Mm-hmm.
That's a challenge. I threw down the gauntlet. By the way, we could Gauntlet Man. That's so easy.
Mm-hmm. So
Energy powered gauntlets. He fights crime with gauntlets. He drives the Gauntlet Mobile. His secret hideout is called the Glove. Come on.
So basically, how this
Send me a challenge.
How this is going to work is, basically you can just send names, maybe a brief little thing. I mean, you don't have to write an entire thing. And these guys will draw things.
Yeah, we have illustrator Alex Fukui with us. He's a friend of Jacob and I's that helped us with our own web series project in the past. He's a super fun, awesome guy. Fanging Talents show. Of course, you know Jacob, who is a writer and
Hey, guys.
has done some sketches on the show as well. I'm Kyle. I guess I'm the producer and a part-time writer. And
What do you mean you guess?
I guess. I don't try to presume too much. I'm also a pretty big idea guy. Sometimes my ideas are kind of doopy.
You're the guy we give the stuff we don't want to do.
Yeah, that too. And this is Malcolm. He's
a
Superman.
baby.
He is a baby. He's super baby.
Mm-hmm.
His only weakness is nap times. And then, of course, Ben. The man, the myth, the legend, the brains, the power, and the sexiness behind Super Academy.
But in addition to drawing these guys, also me and some of the writers, everyone, we're just gonna try to think of, okay, if this character
origins, motivations,
origin, motivations,
possible personality,
how they would factor into the
Super
series.
Academy show, which we might actually prompt us to give away information. So if you are here, you might get some juicy bits for Super Academy.
Yeah. And again, if you guys share the link to the live stream, the link to the Kickstarter on you guys' Facebook page or anywhere else, we are going to be far more likely to do whatever you want tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So please do that. We need to get the word out in these last few days here.
And if you haven't, please pledge to the campaign. We're not begging for your money, but we're begging for your money. That's a quote we came up last year with the project, and it's applicable here. So we need your money to make this show happen. So if you want to see it, throw us a few bucks.
Cool. So I'm just gonna just let just a little bit of time. So I'm just gonna do a test one before we start getting into. We'd already got one suggestion, but we're just gonna use this random character generator just for this first one, just for a little test.
Sure.
So let's see. Choose your superhero and gender. Name. Make a random name. Generate superhero name. Okay, here it is. The hyperpolygraph. Your scientific research into a brand new, highly experimental form of propulsion led you to test it on yourself. The test seemed to fail, but now you find it has given you amazing powers. Hold on a second. Let me display this.
Well, polygraph, that is the lie detector test. So he's going to have powers similar to Wonder Woman, at least with her truth lasso.
Oh, well, yeah.
But let's just give the name. I think we should come up with the rest based on the name.
All right.
What do you guys say? Okay.
That's fine with me.
So, so again, the hyperpolygraph. Well, so yeah, obviously power has to do with lie detection. So I'd assume, or the origins would have started probably, sorry, who wants to start drawing on that?
I think origins, he should have a super science origin.
Yeah, well, I was thinking...
but a super science experiment gone wrong.
Well, the thing is, what could be interesting is, since his power, being able to detect if someone's lying, but there are dark sides to that. So what if we sort of gave it a little bit of a tragic story where maybe, and not how it came about we can decide later, but like what if when he was a kid he started being able to see through everyone's lies and it drove him like almost crazy? Like he couldn't stop seeing through the illusion.
So how do you turn that power to good and not to go crazy?
Yeah.
Or maybe he had a...
Or is he a supervillain?
How about this? What if he had parents who are still alive, because kill that trope. They're still alive, but
kill that trope's
What
parents.
if he's adopted?
they went through a really messy divorce, and throughout the whole thing, they were lying to him about what was going to happen, and he just knew that it was all wrong the entire time.
So he spent he studied math and science in school, and he got accepted to MIT on full scholarship. At MIT, during his thesis work in the graduate school program, he tried to design a polygraph that was small and mobile and fit into a wristwatch.
Okay.
In his process of trying to make it smaller, something went horribly wrong. And he was hit by electromagnetic pulses from the Tesla coils that he had in his lab.
Can we add gamma rays anywhere in there? Just a tiny bit.
Yeah,
sure.
Just to make it more
experimental Tesla.
Just to make this more
generators.
plausible, because in real life, Tesla
gamma coils.
Yeah, there you
Gamma
go.
Coils. Brought to you by Bruce Banner and David Bowie.
What do you think a costume would look like, Alex?
A lie detector costume? Well, I immediately
But he has
think,
a superpowered wristwatch that channels his brainwaves. It allows him to be able to instantaneously tell if someone's lying or not.
I'm seeing I want to say a cop right away, but it seems really obvious. I don't know.
Well,
We can incorporate some police elements into the design. I like the idea of the watch. Could we even go bigger and make it like a big gauntlet or like a bracer or something?
Like a wrist computer?
Yeah, bracer computer.
okay. Well, here, how about both of you just do just a rough design, and we'll kind of talk about both designs. See, don't put too much into it.
I really think he should have some kind of glasses or goggles.
Agreed.
Because if he's investigating things, it's just something in comic book form. If you see a character with glasses or goggles, sight is something, some kind of looking into things.
Right.
They're looking into the truth of things. You should have goggles with that one little jeweler eyepiece thing that can really focus in on stuff. You can focus on people's along the way his polygraph device. You can measure people's heartbeat and stuff. When they're lying.
Oh. Okay.
Instantaneously, he gets readouts, pulse, body temperature. Yeah.
No.
He should also be a master of reading body language, but that's something he's self-taught himself.
Right. No, I mean, I think
Batman does teaches himself.
Yeah, actually, he could be. Yeah, he could sort of be almost Sherlock and have.
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't have being able to dodge in a fight because he can tell how people are going to attack.
And he's a really good he makes his money to fund his crime fighting campaigns by being a master poker player. Because no one can bluff him, and he knows how to bluff everyone.
Okay, cool. So I guess we'll let you guys work on those. Getting one suggestion from someone named Corn Crab.
Hey, Corn Crab, thanks for joining us.
Yep, and remember, just leave a comment. This is live. Again, if you can share just the Kickstarter, make a pledge.
It would be more exciting to do your superhero first.
So Corn Crab says, my friend suggested Razor Beam. He projects laser through his limbs.
Okay.
That can cut through anything.
That's a pretty intense power.
Right. All right, so...
Now, here's the thing. Do the beams just always cut? Are they just this beam of light? If he shoots at the Earth, does it go all the way through the Earth's core, come out the other side, and go into space? And then the Green Lantern Corn hunts him down for causing disruption?
Green Lantern Corn?
Corn.
Okay.
The Galactic Farmers of Peace.
Well, I feel realistically, being able to go on forever, everything should be finite, just because of the laws of thermodynamics. So I would say yes, but he should be able to. It should be ranged. So to decide how long the range is, I say let's use this dice.
How about an idea? That's good.
Uh-huh.
I thought they can be lasers. What if they're whip lasers that can cut through things. And he could whoosh and like whip, and he could like
Right.
cut a robot's arm off. Or like the military sends tanks in, and they're gonna go and blow stuff up, and he's trying to protect innocents, so he cuts the barrels of the tanks off with his laser whip.
Now, would that be counterintuitive with his name? I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Like,
What if the whip looked like razor wire? Electric razor
yeah.
wire whip.
Yeah. No,
It could work.
that could definitely work. Yeah. Okay. Let's
And like when he activated them, they just coil out from his arms. You got
Mhm.
this pair of electric razor wire looking things.
Mhm.
I know we're taking your idea and changing it, but that's the point. Sorry. If you don't like it, you can tell us.
Oh no. I mean, no. He just said projects a laser through his limbs that can cut through
I think
anything.
he should have kind of like a heavy metal or punk, like groupie kind of costume look, like almost like a terrestrial but skinny Lobo type costume, like leather jacket and some like jewelry, maybe a Black Flag T-shirt or tattoo.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the kind of heavy metal or punk imagery would go well with a guy who can slice stuff in half with a
Yeah, and you could just make a lot of puns.
spectral whip.
about
no
cutting
no
and
puns,
slicing.
no characters.
Sorry.
no puns.
Sorry if it just cut back to me. I'm sorry about that. Or just cut to me to the camera for a second.
All right, I have a pretty good doodle going here.
Okay. Cool. Actually, I'm gonna switch this to what I just accidentally did. I think actually, now that we're getting a bit more, we can sort of split up the next one. But for this, how are you doing, Alex? Are you almost?
Yeah,
He's got a pretty cool. Actually,
Can I,
I like both sketches.
Okay.
Can I go over to the camera and show,
Yeah.
show what
Well,
I'm doing
here.
or-
Actually, why don't you? This will probably.
Switch over here.
There we go. All right.
Hey guys, so I did a little
Hey,
sketch here for
hyperpolygraph.
Hyperpolygraph. So he's got a little gauntlet there. I kind of gave him a sort of almost cyberpunk look. The trench coat, jeans, like a wife beater, and then like some kind of cyber awesome goggles or whatever he's got.
Right.
He's got this big gauntlet on his arm, which has several clocks lined up next to each other there. And then he's also got a little polygraph on the edge of the gauntlet that's constantly reading out. So that was kind of my design for the character.
Okay. Cool. On
Oh, I've got a.
Now Alex's is way cooler than mine. Shit.
I don't know about that.
you can
Just creep around here.
yeah. Watch out for the camera wire.
Camera wire. Mine's
Dana?
sort of a.
Do not disrupt the cameras, dog.
You can see it here. It's got kind of a hood and kind of expressionless, like I'm judging you while I find out if you're telling the truth or not. But he's got like sort of a polygraph machine on his back. It's sort of like paper shooting out all over the place with heart rates on it. And yeah, it's on his arm too, but
Oh, he could totally use that paper. It could be electromagnetically charged. And he can use it to bind villains with their lies.
Oh. I'm thinking.
Like he could shoot it out, and it could just like hit them, and you could have this really awesome like sound effect, and then it wraps them up, and then binds them into their lies and webs they've thing, and then he just leaves them to the cops, like wrapped in this lie paper, the polygraph paper. So we're talking superheroes, and we don't have a budget here. We're just imagining. So right now we're imagining what's Sam's budget.
Oh no! For this entire live
So I could
stream.
just imagine that backpack just shooting out paper and wrapping up bad guys. It looked like you also had a little, like an earpiece coming down with a cord too. That was pretty nice little touch. Like the idea of the polygraph machine being kind of clunky and cumbersome, but also sleek with the coat you have. I kind of like that combination.
All right. What's Alex Mercer?
Oh, Alex Mercer is the main character in Prototype, the video game.
Okay.
So he's kind of a shape changer. You can kind of alter the density of his body and change the way that he manifests things. You can turn his arms into like huge blades or create like a skin for himself.
Oh, sorry. That's one of JD JD Disputer.
Thank you, JD, for the interesting suggestion.
I think, actually, I'm going to take this a different direction. So we got a sponsorship from, who makes Prototype? Whatever.
I don't
Hypothetical. But, so they said, okay, but you guys got to put Alex Mercer into your game, but you can reimagine him. So how would we reimagine Alex Mercer in the Super Academy universe?
Never played the game.
Well, Alex Mercer's a really dark character, and like the whole game kind of follows him being like partially insane and trying to deal with this terrible virus which has infected him and changed him in terrible, strange ways. So I mean, I would make this character a lot more comedic. Like maybe he can't control the power, and it like changes. Changes the way he interacts. I wouldn't get him as dark of a character as he is in the games.
Okay.
Or nearly as brutal, because he also rains fountains of blood everywhere he goes.
Okay. I'm thinking.
Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. That's really cool
really
too,
fit
but
the tone of
it's
Super
not quite the right
Right.
tone
Well,
for Super Academy.
I think he could be the kind of character who's also like Power Kid's roommate or something, like the kind of weird roommate who he never sees and is always doing weird stuff.
I swear my roommate came home covered in blood yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't think it was his.
So I guess I would kind of reimagine him as like a Hulk-like character, where he has a secondary personality that like causes havoc when other stuff is happening, or when he's not, when he's not the human side of him. So I'd have like a normal guy who's pretty friendly, and then I'd have like a terrible shape-changing monster.
That'd be an
and he
interesting.
like doesn't
What if he
realize
has a
that he's
curse?
terrible shape.
Yeah,
What
that'd
if
be.
he has a curse from because we have magic in the Super
Yeah.
universe? What if there's like a demon when he crossed a lizard or something that cursed him?
Well,
And it's like, when you lose control, Mr. Mercer, you will lose control.
Well, I mean,
and that is your curse.
right, or
And he's learned how to rein in his curse to actually save people, but occasionally gets the best of him.
yeah, and that could be a nice parallel with Power Kid also. Like, the school's giving him taking a risk with this guy because Valkyria thinks that there's good in him to still. So, I think that could be really good. If you want to, Jacob, design. Oh, Alex, did you already start?
Alex is starting on Razorbeam.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because we talked about that was and one of our chat people asked for that, so he's starting with Razorbeam. I think we divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Might be good. Alex working on one and Jacob working on another.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Yeah, but that's another thing. Like, how would we work some of these characters into the story? So the polygraph, hyper polygraph.
I think he should be an instructor at the school.
Oh.
And he should be the ethics instructor.
Oh, right. That
Superhero ethics instructor.
And then like you could have a bit where like
he could be very judgmental.
Right.
Like he'll ask hypothetical questions. Like you bust the Donut Meister. It has thousands of pounds of stolen powdered sugar, and you're having a donut social later at your dorm. What do you do with a little bit? It's okay to take a little bit of powdered sugar back to your dorm room, right? The powder kid goes, I don't see the problem. The paper shoots out. You're wrong. And then like it whaps down and just puts like a judgmental piece of paper from the polygraph right in front of Power Kid, and he feels sad. I'm like, well, I guess I wouldn't take the sugar. That's right, son. That's learning. And then he gets very intense when he like proves a point, but he reins it in, and he's just very he's just like two extremes. Like when he catches someone in an ethical fallacy, he's like on them, but the rest of the time he's very mellow and explaining this is how the world works.
No, I mean I can imagine like someone also saying like, oh, I didn't finish my homework because my pet ate it. You're lying.
Yeah. Or he goes like, yeah, an iguana peed on my homework. I now have it. It's like, and then the paper goes, wow, that doesn't happen very often. It's like, someone says a line that makes sense. It's like, I'm sorry I'm late, but I got caught in the rain. My paper's wet and holds it up. You're lying. You put it under a sprinkler, didn't you? To get out of the work. Then someone else comes with a really ridiculous excuse, and it passes the polygraph, and just everyone looks shocked. I was abducted by aliens. They took my homework as to use as basis of a new super weapon on their planet. I have to go stop them now, so I'm gonna have to skip class for the rest of the day. Acceptable answer.
I'm just okay.
Probability of lying only 4%.
So let's see. I'm gonna.
Was Razor Cutter, was that like...
Razor beam.
Razor Beam, sorry. Was that like a Cyclopsy type natural thing, or was it like...
I was thinking it was like
technology,
I was thinking like laser beams that he could control, almost like whips that could cut things.
Oh, okay.
Almost.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was kind of imagining him as like a punk rocker,
Mm-hmm.
like leather jacket, and he's just hangs out at metal clubs and stuff all the time, and then it's like, oh, I gotta stop. Hold on, I gotta stop some crime. I'll be back for the mosh pit later.
I'm kind of getting like a barber thing off of that for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like,
That's okay too. That's a fun thing is as a writer you can come up with ideas and then your design team can take those ideas and follow them to a T or go a completely different angle you'd expected, but really make it work. And that's one of the fun things about doing film is when you get that many creative minds in on something, the possibilities are sometimes endless.
Just one question that Cronus was asking is, if the Kickstarter is not completely funded, will the project still be made? Well, I mean, we don't. We won't get any of the funding that we have gotten so far. So
Kickstarter's an all or nothing. We either get $12,000 or we get $0.
Right.
If we fall short, we don't get any money. Then we'll have to. We still want to make this series. There's a lot of creative people. It's a great concept. There's some really good actors behind it. But we have to regroup and figure out. We're going to have to probably start writing grants.
Right.
We don't want to take out loans because there's really not much profit, honestly, in independent film. But what we're trying to do is make something that is high quality and entertaining that people can see, and hopefully when you see we make good stuff, when we want to make other projects, then it's really easy to run.
Right. So, I mean, I think Corn Crab responded by saying according to what we said in the radio interview, it would just be delayed. I mean, it's not exactly 100% accurate. I mean, it would.
There's some grants we could write for, but there's no guarantee we get the grants either.
Right.
And then if you get a grant, there are some restricted uses in what you can use the money for and everything. Whereas when we get the Kickstarter money, we can use that money however we wish to get the project. Now, I assure you, every dime will go into this project, and we'll be putting large amounts of our own money into it as well.
Right.
Jake and I, when we did Fang in Town last year, we funded it on Kickstarter, and I can guarantee you, we put almost an equal amount of our own money into what we raised on Kickstarter. So every dime we raised on Kickstarter went directly into feeding the cast and crew, buying costumes, permits, locations, paint, sound, special effects, and stunt people, etc. So we will be using all that money directly in the production and then some. So we're not. This isn't to buy ourselves a new laptop or anything. This is literally, if you give us $5, that will buy someone's lunch for the day. On production.
It's the situation where you see stuff on TV that's you have a season that's done for $2 million for the same amount of stuff that we're trying to do. So our budget is really, really small in comparison to what you can do. Granted, we're not doing as much as something you would see on TV. We've created a way that we can do this for a fairly small amount of money. But we don't want to give you something that doesn't look like a professional product.
And a barbaric cartoon.
Yeah, so we really want to give you something that's high quality, and to do that, we need to have the money to be able to rent locations, pay our casting crew, and to rent the gear that we need to make this a high quality product. So.
But all right. Are you finishing up with that one?
Yeah.
It looks like. Okay. So we're gonna.
What do you have here?
This is the
Alex Mercer sort of character.
No, it is Alex Mercer, just rebooted in the Super Academy universe. I'm sure there will be some controversy with some of the liberties we've taken with the character. But,
no worries. So I've got him on the side here. I've given him sort of like a goofy college guy look so that he can kind of fit in a college environment. He's got the hoodie, he's got kind of shaggy hair and baggy jeans. Then he's got this alter ego, sort of Venom-ish, sort of Alex Mercer-ish who is coming out of the side of him and taking over part of him. So then you can have the kind of goofy, fun college guy who hangs out with Power Kid and Dark Cop, and then all of a sudden he's this horrible, terrible monster, and they're like, "Oh, what's going on?"
All right, cool.
We could even have a moment where they have to coax the monster out of him to save the day.
Sure.
Which is very kind of a trope, kind of classic, but I mean it's the challenge of how you do that. And Alex totally talked about an artist or someone going in a completely different direction of an idea you came up with.
Alex is done with his character
So
as well.
I imagine Razorbeam as a punk
All right.
rocker.
Well,
And
well,
when
let's-
you see this picture, Alex has gone a completely different direction, but I think it really, really works.
My razor beam's a bit of a barber.
Mhm.
Oh,
So,
sweet.
so his razor beam is a modified shaver,
Uh-huh.
and he carries around a razor, a straight razor, as a secondary weapon. And yeah, he's got kind of a barber pole thing going on, and he's got really nicely cut hair, but he is not clean shaven. Ironically,
Would he have lots of scars?
he would. He probably
Yeah,
would.
He's got a little kind of
Some cuts.
precise, narrow razor scars that go nicely.
Yeah, it was a horrible barber accident. And
Yeah.
So-
it was barber side.
So hopefully that
That's
didn't,
for
that
you,
doesn't
Internet.
that didn't even make
That's
sense.
the blue liquid they put combs in that you should never drink.
Oh, okay. So hopefully
We should make
Corn.
a supervillain that gets his powers by drinking this.
Oh, yuck.
So Corn Crab. Hopefully that's exactly how you imagined it. We may have.
And how would I honestly, if this guy is in the Super Academy world, this guy's totally a villain. He is, I think, he once started out with good intentions. Like you said, that unfortunate barber accident set him on the path of evil. And now he's out. I want to say his main goal, the thing he does as a villain, is there's the unfortunate accident was caused by corporate sabotage by a huge national barber chain called Pretty Good Haircuts or Pretty Good Clips, and they're this big evil corporation, and they caused the accident that his small barber shop collapsed. And no one was supposed to be in it because they're not completely evil; they're just quasi-evil corporation. And he was horribly disfigured originally in the corporate espionage. So now he spends his time robbing and destroying this national chain of haircutting boutiques. And we could have a mission where, because this is something students can handle. He's not attacking banks or nuclear power plants or anything. He's attacking chain barber shops. So this is your assignment for intermediary threats or tertiary threats 101. Go after Razorbeam.
And on that note, so we have a couple more.
Cool.
So
Everybody, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
We appreciate you being here. We can see there's a couple more that are coming in, and what we're going to get to everything that we got coming in.
right.
It might just take us a little bit.
Right. If you and we'd love to also hear if we take one of your suggestions, we'd love to hear just what you think.
Yeah, if we totally botched it up, like Razorbeam, if we totally destroyed your idea of your hero, we apologize. Not that much, but we apologize.
Oh, Corn Crab. Well, his friend approves of Razorbeam.
Sweet.
Awesome.
So, all right.
You're welcome.
So
By which I mean Alex did all the work.
I just had to make up a story that justified that awesome costume.
So okay, here's so we're gonna just I'm gonna bring up two, and then we can just sort of go back and forth on them.
Okay.
Cool. First, Mr. Master 90 says Gravity Master. 3 guesses what his powers are. So I'm gonna give you each a guess.
Okay.
Ooh.
He causes the bottom to fall out of souffles.
Okay.
He causes them to collapse.
Shit.
I gotta guess.
Yeah.
He can quote Gravity's Rainbow perfectly from memory.
All right.
Ooh. Nice.
All right.
I got nothing. I think you guys stole the best jokes.
Well, I guess we should.
His power is to make anybody who's carrying more than a couple things totally botch it. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I guess that would be.
The sidekick would be Pratfall. Come here, the Pratfall.
So we're just gonna if Mr. Master 90 is still on, just let us know if either of those three guesses were right. If we don't hear anything, we're
gonna run with one of them.
Yeah.
We should actually do
No, I
real
know.
gravity.
Yeah, I know. All right. All right.
This is a power that I've had a tumultuous history with. I don't know if you guys
Really?
are familiar with the Mutants and Masterminds gaming system. It's a superhero role-playing system, sort of like D&D for superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a character in that game who broke the game by playing a character with gravity manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
He could just do anything.
All right.
There's literally nothing he could not do. He could fly. He could use telekinetic stuff through gravity manipulation. And he killed one of my supervillains by giving him a gravity-powered atomic wedgie. He literally gave him a wedgie so bad he was unconscious.
All right.
So I don't know. It's a very difficult power to make interesting and exciting without it just being broken and over the top.
Mr. Master
But
90.
I'm interested to see what you say.
Mr. Master 90 says Alex's guess was correct.
Nice.
What was it again?
Oh, quoting Gravity's Rainbow from memory.
All right. So here for this one, I'm just gonna let you take charge on that character then.
I think he should be a tragic hero. I think he should have a singularity, like a small black hole in his chest, and he has to use a large portion of his powers to keep that from imploding and sucking him in, which keeps him balanced.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There's a Marvel villain character. I want to say his name's like Abyss or something, who has a singularity in his chest.
Well,
we could.
Everything's been done
Anybody
already.
help me out with this?
And
Can you
speaking,
guys-
Damn it.
yeah.
Anybody got a response to that?
I don't read obscure Marvel comics.
I think he was in like Marvel, like X-Men, whatever, the RPG one, 2 or something.
Speaking of being done before, let's see. One JD Disputer said you should have a character that can superheat surfaces into magma. She can control magma but can't control fire. Corncrab mentions that that's taken, but everything.
Yeah.
Again, with powers related.
It's how you present them. None of the powers are unique.
Are you working on the Gravity Master, Alex?
Yeah, I'm looking some stuff up on my phone.
All right, yeah.
Sure.
So if you you can work on, we can actually even base the rest of our stuff off your design.
Oh, okay. Yeah, come on. Okay,
so I like the idea of somebody who can kind of manipulate magma but not fire. That's kind of interesting. I like the idea that it takes them a time to gather up magma, like pull it up from
right.
the
And let's make it a
earth.
female also.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have
Sure,
enough.
why not? So that's appealing to me because it means that you can't have an instantaneous power. But once you get magma there, that's a pretty powerful thing to be able to throw at another.
Yeah,
person.
I don't think there's any way you can do that non-lethally.
Yeah.
So I
be
think
very careful.
I have the name of this character. It's female.
Yeah.
She should be Obsidian.
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
I can get behind that.
And I think she should be able.
Oh, wait a minute.
Powers,
Yeah, can he superheat surfaces into magma? For some reason, I thought that she had to just take magma everywhere.
I think superheat, but I think should also be able to instantly cool and change it. One of her powers could be to throw razor sharp obsidian crystals at people after she melts stuff. She can melt, she goes up to a roadway and there's just the asphalt. She melts it to magma and then she hardens it instantly, causing instant geological change. And then she punches it, and then shards of glass shoot out and pin bad guys to the wall and stuff.
I mean, yeah.
What
I mean, I still
Or cuts them up in little bits.
Quick question for you guys. Opinion: is this character resistant to the magma, or does it also hurt her?
Oh, I think they got to be resistant to the magma, definitely.
Okay. Could she do something like make herself a shell of magma as armor?
Yeah, I mean, like obsidian armor or something. Even encase yourself in armor of punching fists that are sharp or whatever. Being able to cut through things. That would be a really awesome hero. Actually, I like this character.
Me too. It's pretty cool. Nice work. Which
That was from
JD Disputer. Thank you for the cool suggestion. I'm getting on it right now.
So we
All
got
right.
Jacob working on Obsidian,
uh-huh.
and we have Alex working on the Gravity Master,
Mm-hmm.
who can quote Gravity's Rainbow from Heart,
Mm-hmm.
and uses those words probably to compel people to do things. But we'll wait to see the costume.
All right.
Malcolm has to go to a phone booth and make a quick change. Ooh.
So I will. It is. So I'm just going to take on another one. Just sort of talk about the character a bit. Then, let's see. Oh, I like. Wait. Oh, here we go. Wait. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna roll between these two. Cool. All right. An experimental military cyborg that broke out of a facility and it seeks refuge in the academy. Ooh. That it. No. Yeah. No. Definitely. I think. See.
That'd be
That's
quite cool.
right. Without Kyle's creative spark, can we do it? Can we do it without
I'm
him?
kind of focused on this
I don't know.
obsidian here. This is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cyborgs are fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess a big thing to decide is, how like cyborgian would they look? Like, are we looking more robotic or more human and just cyborg on the inside? I mean, I'm thinking more just like metallic, robotic. Seeking refuge at the Super Academy implies that they're hiding from someone, so that could also introduce an entire new organization,
Sure.
like a Dark Labs. I mean, they
Dark
don't.
Labs.
I mean, they wouldn't have.
create Dark Labs.
They wouldn't. No, and of course it'd be a thing where they pretend to be good guys too, and they'd go and Dark Labs is here to help you, and no one can see through it and stuff. Yeah, that's always one thing. I think for a while, Magneto's Brotherhood was called the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants or something.
Yeah.
And it's we're all about equality for our mutants, and it's well, don't. That's not a very good PR stunt.
Yeah.
So. So for the military cyborg, we could. I mean, I like the idea of it being an acronym that sounds like a name. So yeah, exactly like that. No.
No.
Okay, I guess not. Bob. For the
Are you for real right now, Ben?
Chad, cyborg, human, anatomic, droid.
Cyborg, human, animatronic, like a Disney.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Something Imagineered, or
I guess that's a really redundant name. Well, we'll call him the placeholder bot.
placeholder bot.
Yeah, placeholder bot for now. So yeah, no, it could be someone being protected at the school while Dark Labs is trying to influence them. So obviously, placeholder robot, placeholder. Oh, I even forgot it. Placeholder droid. Just sure.
Bot
Can we just
droid?
start over on this idea?
Fine. All right.
I'm almost done with Gravity Master.
Oh, okay. That's probably a better.
we can talk about it a little.
Yeah. Let's.
I need a little more time on
All
obsidian
right.
here.
Let's.
I'm having fun with the kind of cool designs.
Mhm.
It comes with a rocky shell on the outside.
Cool. Yeah.
Baby Cam 5000.
So here we are switching. We're going to show Alex's design of Gravity Master, suggested by Mr. Master 90.
Cool. I don't know if you can see him there. I kind of went for a literature professor. He's got like a turtleneck that covers his face a little bit, and patches on his tweed jacket shoot rainbow gravity stuff out of him. So it's sort of like the hand ones on Iron Man, except they're on his elbows and knees. So he kind of flies that way and manipulates gravity that way. And he always carries around a copy of the book. He's kind of a lit professor, I guess. I didn't
Paperback
want to.
copies to give to people. They should read it.
Yeah.
I definitely see him in the Super Academy unit. He is the literature professor.
Definitely. We just got like 10 all at once, so I think there may have been a delay in the chat.
Thanks everybody for joining us. If we haven't responded to you yet, we will get to you soon here. Thank you for being here again.
All right.
We are working away.
We attempted to write I attempted to write a cyborg character who takes refuge at Super Academy from Dark Labs. Dark Labs, which is a secretly evil organization.
Secretly evil.
But their mascot is an actual black lab who's really cute.
Right, of course.
And not malicious looking at all. It's like, how can a company have such a cute dog as his mascot and be evil? And that could be a power line to Dark Top.
Right.
Nothing with a cute dog as
I knew we
mascot.
needed to start over on this one.
I like that. And then Dark Cop could just flash one of his token sarcastic looks, or just like, I can't believe I'm friends with you looks, over at Power Kid. And it's like, well, if I ran an evil organization, that's the exactly kind of mascot I would have to divert attention from my true apes.
So Gamer Goomba suggests, I apologize for not knowing much about the project. No, don't worry. You can check it out on the Kickstarter.
Please check it out, though.
Yeah.
While we're making your character.
Share with your
And
friends.
possibly give us
and
money.
family.
Maybe your friends give us money.
And but have you created a character that no one takes seriously, similar to the Toiletnator from Codename Kids Next Door? So a character who no one takes seriously. I think we have a lot of characters who the audience doesn't take seriously.
Yeah.
But I don't think, now that I think about it, I don't think we have any characters that are flat out just like everyone thinks is really lame. Like, doesn't even have...
Not even Colorblind Kyle.
Yeah.
Colorblind Kyle is our favorite joke character, by the way. All right, I have a pretty cool sketch.
We will get to that in a moment. But first, here is for...
Obsidian sketch.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys, here we go. So here's my obsidian drawing. Can you see it there? So I've given her kind of this like rocky shell with like bits of lava pushing through. There's like smoke coming off her, and then she's got these like waves of hot magma that are oozing up from the ground that she's manipulating with her hands there. She's kind of an intimidating figure. It's cool to have a hero who's a little bit darker, but not necessarily malicious or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking of giving like long white hair or like a bright colored hair that could be bleached by the heat almost from the magma. Kind of a cool idea thing. Thanks for the suggestion there. Hope you like it.
All right.
I think she could fit in. She could definitely be an upperclassman who's kind of at the pinnacle, and maybe she's being recruited by some of the top superhero clubs or leagues.
Mm-hmm.
And someone, maybe Power Kid, is just in total awe of her, and Dark Cop's slightly jealous, and he thinks she's only done it because her power's so great. It's like he credits her for being able to harness it so well, but it's like she doesn't really apply herself other than that. She just has a lot of natural talent.
All right. So, but going back now to the going back to just sort of a useless or a character that no one takes seriously.
Yes.
So what are powers that no one?
I think the one that no one takes seriously, he should be something related with plumbing, because no one takes a plumber seriously until the plumbing goes wrong.
Right.
So I think he should be maybe the plunger.
Are we still on the other camera here?
We are. The stream is just a little bit, but wait a minute.
Oh, hey, we are. So
Let's switch back to the other
We're
one.
looking at Ben's forehead.
There we go. That looks better.
But I think maybe the plunger
Mhm.
and his abilities to accurately throw plungers and get them to stick anywhere,
Right.
and he can always unclog toilets.
Right. Okay.
Because no one would take that seriously. He's the plunger.
Now, all right. Now, what kind of stuff? So, in in a fight, what kind of stuff would he do?
He would throw plungers at
Right.
people.
Okay.
Maybe it would stick on their face, and they're like, "Really? A plunger?" And then they shoot like laser beams or do something more impressive. And Dark Cop could just quip something like, "Could you do something useful?"
Uh-huh.
That
But
would be appreciated.
I think if we're having a character who no one takes seriously, we gotta build that up to something where he's gonna, go into prove everyone wrong, go through real character
when
development.
A giant mecha toilet attacks a city.
Right.
He is the hero that will.
Right. Exactly.
There was
the plunger.
There was another superhero role-playing game I played using the Aberrant setting, which is the White Wolf manufactured one, and the storyteller for that game created a character called the Skidmark, who was very unpopular because his only power is that he could eat things, anything. Like he could eat nuclear waste and he would be totally fine. But he was just so well, disliked because of all the byproducts of eating lots of horrible things for you.
It's a horrible name too.
Yeah, he was not a pleasant character to be around, but his power was pretty cool. So he was kind of interesting, underrated character.
So who wants to draw the plunger?
I'm not going to draw the plunger.
I don't. All right. You guys can we can have a fan art if you want to make the plunger.
Bandoliers of plungers.
Looks like you got quite a few.
Yeah. Grievous apprentice.
Danny's idea
Let's
was
keep
awful.
looking.
I just draw Mario. I just end up drawing Mario.
No,
It's a me.
So,
Plunger.
Grievous apprentice, 15. A chick who can turn into an alligator and is obsessed with meat.
Okay. It's a bit sideways.
Right. Well, she'd have to be Australian, right? Well, alligator now. She'd have to
That'd be
be
a crocodile.
She'd have to be a redneck from Florida.
Yeah.
So
Can we make it crocodiles? Because then we could make her Australian. That gives us a lot more easy costume ideas. Well, redneck.
No, let's do redneck.
Okay.
She's a former beauty queen, child beauty queen pageant attendee, who in an unfortunate accident with some nuclear waste was attacked by a crocodile.
This is getting so much better as it goes.
And so she still participates. So she kind of has that like girl next door kind of look, but she's also kind of down home. She can open beer with her teeth, especially now that she has crocodile teeth.
Right.
She can open beer with her teeth, and she's just kind of one of the guys. But she really likes a rare cooked steak too. Like really likes a rare cooked steak.
I think this one's yours, Alex.
Are you sure?
And
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I'm liking this.
yeah.
By all means, dude.
So I'm kind of imagining an alligator in like Daisy Dukes. with a t-shirt that says juicy on it.
Gross.
Or maybe one that says like, Florida State University or something too.
Well, I mean, that maybe. I mean,
Go Seminoles.
well, but she is if she's at the Super Academy,
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you can have.
she
No,
can't
you,
have a costume because she's a shape changer, and they just rip up the costume. So when she wears clothes she gets from the thrift store.
oh, all right.
That suit her thing, because when she shape changes, she's just an alligator. Catches stuff.
So can
But
she?
it'd be kind of cool if she could just change like her hands or something though to alligator.
Yeah,
hands,
so she
too.
can sort of
Like
become
claw things.
part.
Pieces of her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like she can change her hands to alligator hands and like claw people. Or she needs to swim really fast, she'll grow an alligator tail and then dive in the water and the tail will like.
Mhm.
Or she needs to see underwater, the little eyelids go up. The eyes, she should have alligator eyes all the time with the sideways irises. And
All right.
everything.
Yeah. No, that's
She should be a Southern Belle with attitude. Sorry, I'm having way too much.
no, I'm Great job,
So if
Grievous.
someone can donate us another $50,000 to do the CGI to make this character happen, or at least the combination of prosthetics and CGI.
Yeah, we should do some claymation.
Whatever they did in
Harryhausen
Animorphs.
fans, we need you.
That was CG.
Oh, okay. So,
Again, thanks everybody for being here. We really appreciate it. If you just joined us, welcome. We're still taking suggestions for
Her
different
name should be
ideas.
Allie Gager. Oh, that was awful. Sorry. I apologize.
Oh, man. Trope.
It's still better than the quilt.
True. There are many things better than a quilt.
Yes. Protects you in your eyes, and he's kind of going, doesn't make sense.
all right.
Or Calendar Man. Still better than Calendar Man.
He was pretty cool in the Long Halloween.
Corn Crab suggests that we combine the plunger with another character that was suggested earlier, called Deathblow,
Okay.
who would be a Duke Nukem but bad. So Duke Nukem now. So
Like
imagine the plunger, but now with Duke Nukem.
So he has a shoulder-fired, multi-phasal
So you want-
plunger
You want me
launcher.
to draw Mario from Mario Brothers? That's what you want. You want like a blue-collar dude who plunges. That is Mario.
I don't think that's who Duke Nukem is.
Well, he's like a blue-collar dude.
No, he's like
smokes
a-
and drinks and
Yeah,
wears
he goes
jeans.
to titty bars.
Yeah.
I guess.
And the main reason he fights the pigs in the first game is because with the aliens is because they steal all the women from the titty bars, and he's upset because he has nothing to do. So he picks up guns and starts killing aliens. He's like, "I want my women back. You take our freedom, but don't take our strippers."
Let's see. All right. Airhead. The rest is up to you.
Okay. So maybe this character can inflate their head
Yeah.
use it to fly.
Yeah. So he's kind of like a plastic man, but he can only shape change one part of his body, which is his head.
Uh huh. Can make
Can
a
we
head.
make this character like a mutant or an alien, maybe?
Sure.
I'm kind of into that.
And then like if they're falling, can turn their head into a soft surface and land on it,
Okay.
or can turn their head into an inflatable thing if they need to cross the ocean
Or a
or
raft,
something.
yeah.
Yeah,
Turn
raft.
into a raft.
Jeez. Some intense.
It's basically Plastic Man who can shape change his head.
Quick question: do alligators have the top tooth or the bottom tooth? Then I don't remember.
Well, what do you
Like, do they have because the difference is that one of them has a snaggle tooth that comes out on top, and then the other one is one that comes out on the bottom. And I don't remember which.
I
is
think
which.
alligators are on top.
They do. Oh, okay.
just guess.
Just guess and we'll.
I could look it up, but
Rob Liefeld doesn't bother to look at human bone structure.
Right, exactly.
I don't think you should worry about what direction teeth go on your
Right.
reptilian.
That's perfect.
but yeah, no Airhead.
Airhead, that's really cool.
I'm doing Airhead.
All right,
I'm going to give Airhead a mustache.
all right.
I don't know why I specifically shared that bit of
He
information.
should also have suspenders in his costume.
Does the mustache inflate as well, or is it just the head?
Could he gonna be a long mustache that he controls his head with, like a pair of handlebars? If he needs to fly to the right, he tweaks to the right of his mustache.
Wow.
No, one mustache inflates and the other
This is
deflates.
outrageously ridiculous, you guys. I am in shock, but I am still drawing it.
So, and then we could have an episode. So, what he's an exchange student from some country, and some foreign country, and their biggest export is helium.
Okay.
So, and this is, and his dad's like a helium baron.
Okay.
This is
And he has to have a really high voice all the time.
By the way, you guys, if If we could make this character real, this would be Scott Reaper's character. We know an actor who would like eat this part alive.
But he's very proud of his country's helium reserves
Right.
and everything, and his mustache, because he's like 20 and can grow an epic mustache. And we could have a particular episode where Power Kid and Dark Cop sneak into his room and, as a joke, shave off his mustache because they think it's hilarious.
That'd be. Oh,
That'd be dark.
yeah.
That'd be scary.
Or we could have a villain
Yeah, I think that.
steal it.
I don't think we could forgive them
We
as
could have
characters.
the Funster steal it. And then he can jump and like, I'd love to stick around, but I really must dash.
And I think that's the first time the Punster's name has been mentioned, so.
We brought him up in previous casts or talks.
Yeah.
And I have to get it back because he can't control his head inflation then.
And it would inflate until it absorbed the planet.
Possibly.
Because it
Or
would.
at least the school.
Yeah.
It would really totally wreck the pep rally that day.
It'd be like at the end of the first Kirby game where Kirby inflates and it starts floating the castle away.
Yeah.
So his head would get so big that it would just shoot out of the school and pick up the school and it'd just start flying away. And then credits would start.
Oh yes, Alex. You're my hero.
Oh, Alex, are you...
I'm pretty close to done.
Oh, okay, cool. So we'll look at that before we... So, which one was yours was?
He has the girl that can turn an alligator, which we haven't come up with a name yet.
Yeah.
Reptilia.
Galligator.
Galligator! Galligator, jeez! So this is Galligator.
Just a second.
Oh, okay.
Whose real name is Alligator, just by sheer coincidence.
Yeah. Why don't you just use your real name?
Alright, I got Galligator here. Here she is.
So awesome.
I think Kyle got it pretty straightforward.
I can move it a little closer.
Oh, yeah.
She has a turkey leg, of course.
She's eating, she loves meat, right? She loves meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got the whole Florida thing going on.
So if it takes place in Minnesota, we put this in an episode of the state fair, and she would eat everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd be the perfect spot
For
it.
those who don't know, the Minnesota State Fair has alligator on a stick. They have, but I think they had. Well, I mean,
They had
Macaroni
ostrich
on a
meat
stick.
as well.
all this deep
Almost any kind of meat you can imagine, typically deep fried on a stick.
spaghetti.
Can be found.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
Pork chop on a stick. Bacon on a stick. Hot dish casserole on a stick. That's the thing. Yeah. So yeah, they could. Oh my god.
Oh,
That is awesome.
all right. Here comes here comes Airhead.
Hang on.
Oh, just building suspense.
He's using his mustache to steer, and he's got an inflated head. He's wearing overalls and kind of crouching a little bit because I imagine like he crunches up and he can navigate a little bit better, like almost like you're riding a bicycle. I picture that you being able to control it better. I don't know why, but that's the way I pictured it. He's ridiculous in every sense of the word.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Grievous Apprentice 15 says that would be an awesome episode.
That's good.
Awesome.
I'm glad you guys like it.
So I'm gonna.
Hey, if you guys haven't done so yet, if you do us a quick favor and share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, whatever the heck you
Put
want.
the Kickstarter page somewhere. If you
Just
have,
let your friends know this is going on. Spread the word out there.
you have
And
Reddit
again, thank
power,
you so
get it
much.
on Reddit.
Thanks so much for being here.
All right, so let's see. Let's go back into the archive.
Make sure to switch to audio.
Yeah.
Airhead's my favorite so far. Just, at least definitely my favorite sketch, if not my favorite concept. Because it's so ridiculous.
Corn Crab says if you could get the people who make the Airheads candy, he can get his power from the candy.
Yeah.
If Airhead wants to
You
sponsor
can
us,
keep them in his overalls.
yeah, we would.
Yeah, if someone knows someone at the I'm sure Mars or someone makes Airheads. They write us a check.
We will make
5 figures. That would be nice.
We will do advertisements. For
Yeah,
them.
we will make a commercial featuring Edhead, new mascot, Airhead, superhero. Fights crime with
Is
the
that-
power
is that-
of
okay,
delicious
so-
candy.
That was an airhead right there. I just
No.
feel like.
Yeah, Airheads. No, we don't have any Airheads.
Right.
We just have Jelly Masters.
So what else do we got for concept?
Yeah, I'm going through some of them. So there are a couple options here.
Just go back a little ways so we're getting
Yeah.
in the order we get them.
Oh, all right.
I don't know what. I'm not really keeping track, but I keep seeing lots of comments, so that's good. Thanks for being active, guys.
Talked about Deathblow a bit when we merged into the plunger. The Muffin Man?
You conjure muffins out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, we know he lives on Drury Lane, so
Right.
You know, I would probably draw the Muffin Man very similar to the way that I drew Airhead, except that he'd be wearing like a sweater vest.
And have a muffin per head instead of a big head.
Yeah, and just have like a muffin hat. It'd be like, a beanie except with like the muffin top on it.
and he'd tell everyone top of the muffin to you.
What's the arch enemy of muffins?
Bagels.
Yeah,
Biscotti.
I think
Cornbread.
his Rogue Cornbread. Yeah, that's his arch nemesis.
And
It's
that's the
Dr.
name of him.
Cornbread.
Just Colonel Cornbread. 'Cause Cornbread is
Right.
Southern.
And
He has
corn
to be,
kernels.
he has to be Colonel Cornbread.
Colonel Cornbread and
So we meet again, Muffin Man.
actually kind of like a Colonel Cornbread more than Muffin Man. I think that though that could open up his rogue scale. I mean that's.
Are you still sore, Muffin Man, that people only like the top of your deliciousness, but people like every bit of the cornbread?
And it has a sidekick Cupcake.
Cupcake Kid.
Yes. Someone
When I grow up, I'm going to destroy cornbread just like you,
He
Muffin
could
Man.
have a the tinfoil cupcake tin or muffins. He could unwrap one and it could grow into a shield, and he could use it to fight with. Then he throws explosive nitroglycerin muffins
You
at
just
people.
made a sidekick much cooler than Muffin Man.
Muffin Man does that.
Oh, Muffin. Okay.
Muffin Man can make a shield out
Yeah.
of the foil wrappers from muffin, and then he can conjure nitroglycerin muffins out of the air and use them as muffin bombs.
You want this one, Alex?
Muffin bombs. I could try it. I'll give it a shot.
All right.
I like muffins.
So I'll work on that, and I think we can work into how he would work into Super Academy after this drawing. I think that's one that.
He
Kind
runs.
of dependent.
He runs a nearby snack shop that all the students love, and that's where they go to eat
well,
breakfast
yeah, because
and
you can
cram
conjure
for
muffins.
finals.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
yeah.
he has no overhead.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
That was intentional.
okay. I want to make
Zing.
because sometimes people do that without noticing, and I just got to call it out when they do that, because then they always get to go like, "God damn," and I always love that.
I could just see Dark Cop sit down. There's a huge plate of muffin. And he just goes, "Huh, blueberry again. Shocking." So, what other concepts do we have while Alex is working on Muffin Man?
All right. Corn Crab suggests and JD Disputer likes as well is my friend thinks. Oh, I have to. A character where the darkness heals him or herself.
Okay.
A character, and in addition, could move through the shadows.
Cool.
So kind of like almost a Raven-esque thing.
Should we make another female? I mean, we've made Gator Gal.
Since we are
Alligator,
Raven in canon, let's make this character a male.
Okay.
Okay, so what kind of...
Well, I mean, it wouldn't have to be. I mean, that's just a minor thing that Raven
Let's
can do.
put some, let's put some, character into this
Yeah.
power set here.
Okay,
who is this person?
This person. What if this person used to be a shadow that got separated
What if
from?
he's an albino?
It's a little on the nose.
No, but what if like it used to be someone who got
I'm
separate?
not a scalpel. I'm a sledgehammer. Just so you know.
Right. But someone shadow who got physical form somehow, but still can.
What if it's actually Peter Pan's shadow incarnate,
Like some fairy tale.
or a fairy tale?
Like,
Like you can say, it was like, I belong to the ageless boy.
Well, Peter Pan is public domain. I'm pretty sure at this point.
Probably.
Hey,
So maybe a descendant of the shadow, like that shadow then fuses.
what if he's one of the Lost Boy shadows?
Oh,
What if it's like a
Captain Hook's shadow.
What if it's like a reflection from, you know, another dimension of, you know, like a famous character from this dimension, something like that?
I mean, I think it
It's
should
gonna
be.
be like an otherworldly, like an outsider.
I think whoever shadow it belonged to should be a supervillain, or be a villain, because that could be really interesting. Like the shadow is the good version of this evil.
What is the Joker shadow?
How about we come up with
Yeah, a
our
character who
original-
wouldn't we get sued for?
Yeah.
I mean, it could just.
I appreciate everything you're coming up with.
What if
Yeah.
in our Dr. Phantasm show?
They don't know about Dr. Phantasm.
Well, let's say in the Doctor Who universe,
Mm-hmm.
there's some kind of evil being.
Let's just say maybe like a pirate, like a pirate themed villain. Just sticking with the Doctor Who or Peter Pan.
Okay, possibly. Motivations, goals, backstory.
Is trying to, so as a shadow, had to follow this person their entire existence, like do what
if
they
he's
were
trying
doing.
to undo the evils?
Right, exactly.
And that's the thing. Shadows usually lurk over stuff and cast a shadow on things,
Mm-hmm.
and the lightness usually. But he's bringing light to things with the shadows.
Right.
He's bringing light to evil and justice. Like he's basically whoever this evil person is.
Mhm.
He's following them and undoing their evil deeds. Like he's, what's something you can do? Like just before the doomsday machine, the evil person creates. The shadow comes through and knows exactly how to disable it because the shadow was there,
Mhm.
And saves the world, kind of thing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It could just be. Just like a businessman villain or whatever. I mean, we can define what the villain is based on the hero too. Let's see. All right. So while Jacob, you're working on that.
Sorry, I'm looking at the sketch of the Muffin Man. I think you all are going to like it.
uh,
Oh, that hat is fantastic.
Actually, Grievous Apprentice 15 has an idea for a. Do you have? Okay.
I'm working.
Sorry, I thought you were bringing it up to like, okay, here it is. And it's like, wow.
Characters, but unless they have Stick Man and Stick Boy and Stick Lady, I will be unable to contribute to this.
Mm-hmm. But
Okay, somebody request that right now because I want to see Kyle draw something.
Yeah, me too. I want to see a stick from
Gamer Goomba suggests that Colonel Cornbread and the Muffin Man have a standoff of the ultimate game of patty cake. So, that's not a suggestion, but I just want to say that.
Someone has to draw. Can you draw Colonel Cornbread? There you go.
Well,
I'm working on the shadow kind of character at the moment. So.
Right. Maybe I'll get to.
Yeah, if you get to it first, go ahead. I can draw it.
Do they have a turf war on Pillsbury Doughboys?
it'd be the Pillsbury or the Pill Dairy.
Capsule berry. Yeah.
No, don't. Just don't. You have Grievous Apprentice 15. You should have a villain character who has a lot of armor and has the power to turn any light into pure fire. What if they were connected to the shadow character? Like, is that too dissimilar with each other, or?
Not necessarily. That could be the evil villain
Yeah, because
that the shadow character is trying to undo.
Because I like the villain whose power would be based around light.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would influence your design at all if we made that part of that, Jacob.
Well, I'm already partway done with this, so
Okay.
I'm not going to change a whole lot at this point.
All right. Well, we'll see what the shadow character is like. See if they work well together.
I could show off Muffin Man.
Oh yes, of course.
The muffins are ready.
Oh, excellent.
Ding. Ding.
All right.
Ooh, you all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. I hope. Muffin Man, if you can see him there.
And cupcake.
And Cupcake Boy. Or is it just Cupcake? I thought it was just
It's just Cupcake.
Yeah. As you can see, he's wearing the muffin thing on his head. He's got a big beard,
Mhm.
so it's kind of a big muffiny thing.
He could have an attack where he blows all the crumbs out of his beard. He shakes the crumbs out.
Right.
Right.
And they spawn little tiny animate muffins that attack for him.
Oh wow. Yeah. No. But it is,
Muffins.
no matter,
Muffins.
even his exploding muffins are delicious, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and part of a complete breakfast.
So if you were to eat it, if you were to eat one of his muffins before it exploded, would it just not? It would just be a good muffin.
I don't know. I think it would still, unless it was Power Kids, since he has super strength. Power Kid's stomach would just slightly distend. And he'd be like, I love the aftertaste.
So that was Muffin Man.
So I imagine Muffin Man and Cupcake would have a intro similar to Castle Caveman. It'd be Muffin Man and Cupcake. I think Muffin Man's awesome too.
Corn Crab. How about Stalker? He has the power of invisibility and is a creeper. I think that kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So let's move
Here,
on.
hold on.
wait.
I drew Stalker. Here. You got him. I got Stalker under control. If I can find it.
You're just gonna draw Guy Gardner.
I'm just gonna draw. I'm not gonna draw anything. I'm gonna hold up a blank piece of paper. That's a joke. Invisible guy. I'm so clever. I can draw like a carrot in the air because he's eating a carrot. He's just maliciously looking at you through a window, and there's just a carrot floating in the air, slowly getting smaller.
Well, that would, at least with that character, we wouldn't have to spend much on costumes.
No, we just like put a carrot on a string
So.
or various vegetables. He's obsessed with healthy eating. He stalks people and then attacks them when they're eating unhealthy food, or doesn't attack them. He sneaks in their house at night, replaces all their unhealthy junk food with healthy fruit and vegetables, and then leaves a food pyramid painted on their wall. So he's kind of he's a misunderstood villain that's doing good, but he breaks and enters and steals. He steals ding dongs and ho hos and takes them to the landfill.
All right, I'm getting pretty close here. If you want to take a look at my shadow guy.
Okay. So this is we still haven't come up with a name, but
Okay, I'm gonna leave it up to our viewers here to come up with a pretty awesome name for this guy. So I've given kind of an otherworldly shape, like distended limbs, and like the strange feet, and he's got like this sort of ethereal, massive shadows that kind of wave like hair. And then he has the single eye in the middle of his head, which is, like the mystic third eye kind of thing, pulling some, religious mythology kind of things into it. And then the legs, which don't really matter because he weighs nothing. He's a shadow. So, yeah.
cool.
Johnny
I'm leaving it up to our viewers here.
All right.
Now the concept. Alex needs to draw.
All right. So I'm just gonna go through this again. Alligator, airhead, darkness, crocodile. A character that has tentacles on his back that have heads with razor sharp teeth.
What?
So a character that has tentacles on his.
Trolling us?
He would be Croctopus.
Yeah, he would.
I was thinking more Hydras.
I was going to try and argue, but
I know we already had one, alligatorian reptile, but I mean, if it has razor sharp teeth, it would just be Croctopus.
Mm-hmm. Well,
It'd be kind of like Dr. Ock, but instead of mechanical, he'd be a mutant freak.
well,
But he'd be a hero, and he'd be misunderstood and
Right.
made fun of.
I'm thinking.
And we have our bullying episode
Or-
to show the crimes of bullying, show that people have value, even if they have 8 tooth-filled
Actually,
tentacles on
well,
their back.
I think though that I think something they were saying was like each tentacle would have their own head. So that I think we need more comic relief characters.
Multiple
So
personalities.
yeah, so what if each of the head, like one was, kind
Previous
of
Apprentice has an awesome suggestion to call the Shadow Guy Shroud. Sweet.
all right. Yeah, but one, it'd be like a Laurel and Hardy thing, and like one, okay, or the Three Stooges, have each head be a stooge, and it'd be like whoa whoa. I don't. It's been a while since.
Wise guy,
Yeah, and then but they'd also be like
Hattie.
they'd also be giant
What are
like
you doing?
killer monsters.
French.
Like one would start biting and like there'd be, and they're like, oh what? I don't get no respect.
It's like, guys,
One of them would get bonked, and then it would be like they just bounce back and forth like a little, like the little things on a desk in an office, whatever those are called.
like the one that Jaeger punched in Pacific Rim.
Mhm.
That was such a great movie.
If someone want to take that character, or should we come back to them if?
Octopus.
Or
Yeah, we haven't come up. Is that the name? I don't know.
yeah, we can change it.
Let's come back to that.
What,
All
what is
right.
his name?
What else do we got? Let's.
What is his name? Wait. His name's Vaudeville. And each head is like a vaudevillian, and they just tell vaudeville. He's like a normal dude, plays Xbox, drinks Mountain Dew, he gets za with the guys, he's a good student, but his tentacles have the personality of 1920s vaudevillians.
And of course, but they'd all be like hideous monster looking, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they'd have like somewhat human features, but
Right.
they we could even base each one's face over like one could be Charlie Chaplin, but like evil, hideous Charlie Chaplin. Another one could be Fatty Arbuckle,
Uh-huh.
and we could do Laurel and Hardy, and it was like,
All right. Yeah, I say let's go with that one.
Or they could all be Rat Pack members too. That's the other route we could go. He could be Rat Back. No, that's
Here's
like I said, sledgehammer, not a scalpel.
I'm starting it.
all right.
Starting it.
I think I gave Alex some ideas.
Yeah.
Captain Cuddles, with the power to make people feel good via hugs, or Sergeant Snuggles.
I like Captain Cuddles better.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this person needs to be a supervillain.
Yeah.
And his hugs actually cause people to be in a permanent state of
Yeah,
euphoria.
his hugs are
like
like
catatonic. They're like the
Yeah.
Joker serum.
they're addictive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and they just kind of curl up in a fetal position with
I'm
a
on it.
permanent smile of happiness.
All right.
I'm on it.
No other word. You don't need nothing else.
That's a cool concept. I like
He
that.
needs plush just underneath on his arms, like his entire chest and arms are just covered in plush.
Mm-hmm.
Angora. It should just be made out of Angora. His entire costume. It's all Angora.
Thank you guys again who, if anyone's just joining us now for the first time or has been staying the whole time.
Now, we've come up with the Muffin Man,
Mhm.
Airhead,
Mm-hmm.
Galligator,
Shroud.
the hyper polygraph.
Yes, hyperpolygraph.
What else did we come up with?
Plunger. Oh, you said
No,
that.
Plunger,
Or Death Blow now. Death Blow.
laser wire.
Yes. Or Laser Razor.
Razor beam.
Razor Beam. There we go. Yeah.
Who was an evil, sadistic barber.
We had Obsidian and Shroud as well.
Yep.
Mhm. All right. and we are now working on Captain Cuddles, and
Technical guy.
yeah,
Technical guy who's
Once he's done with his drawing, we'll come up with
and we also attempted to do the invisible person joke, and
Yeah.
that didn't work as well.
No one appreciated my humor.
No, it was fine. I think.
It was slightly sarcastic. I get it. Slightly.
Let me just go.
I mean, if we did get the invisible guy, the actor would it'd be played by John Waters.
JD Disputer suggests that. Well, what did we name the lava controller?
Obsidian.
Okay.
Yeah.
His suggestion was also or Ember.
It's not bad. It's cool.
So, Obsidian Ember. No. So I'm just going to go through some of these again. We briefly talked about a villain with a lot of armor who has the power to turn any light into fire. Okay, this one's in all caps. The milkman, like from those Fred Dew videos.
What?
Those Fred Dew.
Freddie Wong videos?
Maybe? Freddie W.
Freddie Wong from Rocket Jump, maybe?
Maybe, I don't know.
If you could get Rocket Jump's audience to back us, that would be great. He only has 6.6 million subscribers.
Right.
Well,
we have 1,500, so
yeah,
we're
on
gonna.
our way.
Yeah. No. Though in all seriousness, just in 3 weeks, like we went from. So thank you everyone who subscribed. By the way.
Right. And if you want to see more, please give us money. I mean, we're giving you some fun entertainment, hopefully, but we're also asking for money. I don't know the Milkman. I've seen a lot of Freddie Wong videos, but I've mainly just seen the stuff he does with the dubstep battles and like the dubstep weapons and the video game.
Oh, that's Corridor Digital, I think.
Here we go. So just so you know, we're also our stream's like about a minute ahead of everyone.
Okay.
So we're not 100% live for people to know. Sometimes the comments slow down a bit too, so it stops for a little bit and then a bunch go. So a bunch just came up.
I don't know. If I had the Milkman, he would have like a couple tanks on his back with hoses coming down with him with guns to shoot milk at people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it would make their bones grow really fast, and it'd be like he'd cover them he'd entrap people in like calcium.
Right. So
Kind of cool. Get behind that.
no rain or shine.
Yeah.
No, that's the mailman.
I'm here to make your cookies soggy.
Gamer Goomba suggests that Captain Cuddles should have a pillow pet minions.
Jeez. Okay.
Like little legs, he mutated rabid gerbils with crossbred rabid gerbils with down pillows.
I mean, I'm thinking just pillows that.
Animated pillows.
Yeah.
Like Tally, only less scrappy. They're slightly malicious.
Possibly.
I mean, down pillows already are quite malicious. How many times have you woke up in the night almost losing an eyeball because you have a down pillow? Feather sticks through. One of those things where, animate, they can just really do some damage. They can mildly irritate people's faces for miles.
Yeah, we
Or suffocate them to death,
Super Academy has a ranking system based on how threatening a villain is. So that would be one of the ones that a freshman would deal with.
Yeah.
Sorry it's taking me a while on Captain Cuddles here. I just really wanted to make him, massively creepy.
Who wants a hug?
I'm going to give him oversized hands. But he's extra creepy.
Snap to attention. The captain wants to give you a hug. Is that creepy enough for you guys?
One idea we briefly talked about, or I briefly talked about, was a couple of people brought up again, is just a cyborg, though, who goes to the Super Academy, takes refuge there. I made up the whole thing, Escape from Dark Labs.
Yeah.
But then what?
What kind of cyborg is he, though? Is he like a very useful, super powerful cyborg, or is he more like a analytical, scientific cyborg with like scientific instruments, or is he just like a raw tank like the DC? DC cyborg just like I'm Superman with laser beams, but I'm a black guy.
Well, but he's
cyborg.
smart.
I think
He's
you're
smart,
thinking.
too. You're thinking of Steel.
Yeah.
Kind of. I'm thinking of Cyborg from
No,
Teen Titans.
Cy-
He's smart and he's like
Cyborg can't fly.
no, he can't fly, but he's like super strong and powerful. And
So that's the only thing he has is he's a similarity. Then is
It's like the moral compass. Of Teen Titans.
I don't know either. I'm sorry.
I know he took the place of Aquaman
Uh
in a lot of stories and like animated movies coming up,
huh.
which I don't approve of because Aquaman is awesome.
hmm
I think he's done right. Atlantean Avenger, Aquaman is cool.
But one idea that they had for a name was Otto. Really, of all the the name
But
jokes you've made,
I think-
Otto is the thing.
I just think Otto. I think of just Dr. Octopus though. Like it makes me think of another.
All right, how
like,
about Otto.exe is another suggestion.
How about what is the female and it's Miss Doss? I approve of that. MS Doss, lady character, lady cyborg.
That joke was just as bad as Otto.
I know it was. But my bad joke comes with a sexy lady cyborg. I'm just saying, sexy lady cyborg. Who doesn't approve that?
Everyone loves cyborgs.
Sexy lady cyborgs.
Are you?
I think this is. I've worked it out as much as I can for
Oh no. That's not a good.
Oh my god, it looks like the Marx Brothers.
Not on.
Sorry.
All right, here we go.
One of the heads should just always have a horn in his mouth. So he talks.
Yeah, I went kind of Marxy with it.
Oh wow! Can you go a little bit closer?
Oh, sure. As you can see, they have horrible alien bug eyes. But the middle one just tries to dress them up because he's like, oh, I have this horrible deformity, but it could be funny.
With bow ties, they're classy.
I imagine him. He spends time at this comedy club. We actually have a comedy club in one of the episodes.
Oh, nice.
So
You know, I got something I've been wanting to get off my back here.
Oh, and
I have Captain Cuddles here,
All right.
ready to go as well. So I made him kind of this like larger guy with like a hobo beard that's like a slightly different color than the rest of his hair, because that always freaks me out pretty bad. And he's got like these oversized hands that are like as big as a face, so it can be like extra creepy when he's hugging somebody. And he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt because. I'm pretty freaked out by this guy. I hope that you guys are.
all right.
I want to see Alex's trying to.
Oh, okay.
Chance.
All right.
Oh,
I'm
man, this is
gonna
so good,
refresh in the
Alex.
comments.
I like I like Captain Cuddles, too. It's pretty...
Corn Crab mentions, you know what? I meant feel good as in turned into a good guy. Yeah, I think we pretty much do. We were just we were just seeing the different directions we could go.
Yeah.
So. How about a teacher who is a former supervillain with the power to turn his limbs into sharp diamonds, and he scares the crap out of his students?
Diamond limbs.
Mm-hmm.
Diamonds are hard to draw. It's hard to convey facets well without it just being like, your arm is made of triangles.
Let's see. Diamond in the rough. because
Little on the nose again.
because he used to be a villain and now he's
Yeah, I know.
and because he used to be called. Okay, how about this? If you want to be a tiny more subtle, his original supervillain name was Rough Man, and now he's
If you
Diamond.
could turn to Diamonds, his name before should have been Blood Diamond.
Oh yeah.
That's probably the most appropriate. If he was a badass supervillain before.
I guess.
Is he the Zirconian
While we're
now?
discussing this, again, thank you for being here, guys.
Mhm.
Oh,
We really
yeah.
appreciate it. We're having tons of fun. We hope you're having tons of fun too. Don't forget to share the link with friends, family, anybody who might be relevant. More people we have watching, the more cool stuff that we can do tonight.
Mhm.
And we could really use your help. So any way you can get it outside your circle, post it, on a blog. If you get a friend who can get us on, IO9 or, Kotaku or something, that would also be awesome. And thanks for being here.
If you're friends with a celebrity on Twitter, get them to tweet it. That would be awesome too.
All right. So one we were talking about was a former supervillain who is now a superhero
Reformed
who
supervillain.
teaches and can turn his arms into diamonds to scare crap out of kids. Now, so the suggestion I had
I
was
would call him Cutting Edge.
well, the suggestion I had was since he's a supervillain and then became a superhero, Diamond in the Rough, or
Not bad,
have the
is it?
supervillain be called the Rough and then Diamond. But
Yeah.
Jacob thinks he should be called Blood Diamond as a villain. So
That's the most obvious choice, I think. It makes sense, and it wouldn't be a hidden joke or pun inside. And with the exception of a few villains, most villains aren't going to work a pun into the name.
Grab me an RC from behind you, Ben.
RC, if you want to sponsor us, we're totally.
Yeah, there's a cherry one up top. Thank you.
I call
Thank
him
you.
Facet
Ooh, Facet's not bad.
because he has multiple.
oh,
Ah,
it's interesting. It's a good idea.
It's more subtle. I like it.
Mhm. But he still has some villainous because he likes to do the diamond to just freak his students out.
yeah.
Though, how exactly would he do that to freak them? Because being
What
at the
if he
super,
could shoot little pieces of diamond out and hit things on their table?
yeah, I mean that's the thing is because just changing into a diamond wouldn't be scary to because the amount of weird things that are at the Super Academy. But he'd probably get in a little bit in trouble for doing that. But it's all in good
I'm
fun.
scared this kid's straight. They can't end up like I did.
Turning them into ferrets and bouncing them.
That brings the question: if he could make diamonds, though, he probably could have made a lot more money doing that. Well,
Can
but
he just turn himself into a diamond? Or, can he turn himself into a diamond, break part of himself off, and
Oh,
then sell
yeah.
that? Or,
actually, it doesn't specify. Let's just say no. Just
why am I not surprised?
What if after it hits something and then turns back into coal?
I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, I like that idea. And then also if they ever need coal, they have him.
I'm always in need of coal, Ben. So
So that was his. Yeah, he became.
just the other day, Jake and I were hanging out. I'm like, Jake, you know what I need right now? Some coal.
Christmas?
Do you remember
Just
the
coal.
Rock
Okay.
Coal Asylum?
No, I don't think that's a real thing.
I think there was.
Okay.
Oh, it was Coal Chamber. That's what it was called. I knew there was a coal name band.
We have a new viewer, Ronan Revere.
Hi, Ronan.
Hey,
Thanks
Ronan.
for joining us.
To answer your question, yes, this is how live commenting works. Just comment like you normally would, and
Yep, we'll see it about a minute after you post it, so it's not exactly live.
There's
Uh-huh.
a delay.
or will it be? Because we're about a minute. So, but yeah,
You'll hear this in the future.
he brings up the coal. Diamonds are used to make coal, right? So the evil of a diamond could be coal. Captain Coal.
I'm just I'm flashing back to Obsidian at this point. That's how I would do a character based on coal. It's like a dark mass of rocky flesh. You all right?
I inhaled some powdered sugar down.
It's so delicious, but so
I really
choking.
like simplistic designs in characters. When you think of the most iconic heroes, you can really strip them down to 2 or 3 colors and a shape, like a rough shape for the way that they're drawn out. So
Best superheroes, they make those minimalist posters with almost a silhouette. You know exactly, and 2 colors.
Mm-hmm.
You know who that hero is.
So in that sense, I really. I like that, and I try and incorporate that into my designs. Keep things simple. I don't want 800 pieces of gear hanging from a character. We want them to, be iconic and memorable. Really quickly, you want to bring up the secondary cam so I can show Ronan.
Oh yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
So we had a character a little bit ago. That somebody suggested that had the ability to control magma, which is kind of what I was thinking. So we called her Obsidian, and she has like this rocky coating body with bits of bright light sticking through and bleached hair and then masses of magma being lifted up from the ground. So that's kind of how I imagine a character with coal-based powers in a similar way. I might change a few things, but yeah.
Cool. So again, if you just feel free to just type in any suggestions. See if you can try to stump us with one, if you'd like.
The stump.
Man. Also, feel free to come up with some interesting other cool ideas.
Right.
I had a lot of fun drawing Obsidian. And the human polygraph and Shroud. Those were really fun. Alex's what was the first one?
The barber.
Oh yeah, the
Razor Beam.
Razor Beam was pretty sweet too.
So was Galligator. I love that.
Galligator was funny. I didn't think it would be as funny as it was until Alex drew it, and then I was like, okay, I get it. This is cool.
Okay. How about a crazy cat lady who can summon a horde of cats?
Oh, that's awesome.
I like that.
I think just cat lady is all we need to say.
Yeah.
Or see
on this already?
or
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay,
all right.
All right.
No more than.
Oh, what were you gonna say though?
No, we could. I mean,
No,
I want her
no.
to be an old lady, like stereotypical.
I mean, we
should be
should-
like a vixen. That.
I'll let Alex.
Yeah,
Alex.
Well, that's kind of Catwoman.
Yeah.
Catwoman already has all the
Catwoman's
cats.
the vixen type character.
So-
I think this is like Catwoman at 75,
Yeah.
where she's like a little bit decrepit and has like greasy hair. It's like
Catwoman
mad
played by
in front
Meryl
of
Streep,
Mm.
who is not a decrepit woman,
Yeah.
but she's so fucking talented. She could.
She could play. She could
Yeah.
play that if she wanted.
She can do Julia Child. She can do Crazy Cat Lady.
We could also call her C3 for crazy cat lady. Wait.
What?
No, there's no. What?
Charlie Lima, maybe?
For some reason, I thought lady started with a C. That was weird.
Wow. He forgot how to alphabet.
Yeah. It's been a long couple weeks. Okay, so.
Yeah, we've been working our butts off for this thing.
Please give us money so we can make this show right away.
Yeah.
My lips are slightly burning from the sriracha I had on my hot dog, and now I'm suddenly regretting Saturday already.
Yeah.
Preemptively. Those of you who don't know our live stream, if you pledge on Saturday at around 5 p.m., the last 2 to 3 hours, I will eat a spoonful of sriracha with every pledge.
Or
I
sriracha.
just love sriracha.
I do.
After Saturday.
I may not.
You may not.
But if it's because we got lots of pledges and made our goal, totally worth it.
Yeah.
And the intestinal damage. Maybe it'll be worth it. That's what my land
I think while we're waiting on some other characters here, I'm going to go get some more food.
Okay.
Does anybody want anything?
Oh, I dog.
Sure.
Me too.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you also just have a question about Super Academy in general,
Or about us, our background,
Uh-huh.
how we got into filmmaking, anything like that, shoot.
Mhm.
Don't actually shoot us. What I mean, shoot questions our way.
Shoot your friends if they don't donate.
Yeah.
if
They're
you
not really your friends.
At least give them a dead arm.
if you haven't made a suggestion yet, you just feel free. You'll have first
If you're
prior.
not entirely satisfied with what we did with your suggestion,
Right.
um,
Let us.
either extrapolate on it more or tell us we suck and repeat it so we can try again.
All right. Ronan says Obsidian, maybe she could have a background like volcano catastrophe, tragic thing. She got transformed because she tortured her in school. One parent could be hero, the other a villain.
Possibly.
Maybe.
We kind of have the one parent villain already with Power Kid.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to necessarily step on another hero's domain, if you will. I think she could possibly be from like a broken home, like the child of divorced parents, possibly who fight all the time. And maybe they're both superheroes, and one is like an earth controller type, and one's a fire controller type, and that's how she has the magma thing.
Just so people know,
Kind of cliche, but you know.
if people suggestions don't have to, you don't need to even put it. You could just type
You
a
can give
word,
us a
a name.
name.
Right. You don't have to think of
If you want to give
backstory.
us a name like Muffin Man, that was it. All caps Muffin Man, and we came up with the fucking Muffin Man and the sidekick Cupcake.
Mhm.
And it's like, all we got was Muffin Man. And I apologize for cursing to anyone who says that.
Did Alex actually draw the Muffin Man?
Yeah.
Mm.
Did you
Oh,
see that?
no, I did not. I look at the Muffin Man drawing.
Oh,
yeah.
you didn't?
Just tear that page off so we can put it up.
No, I think that was
Oh, so you
Nikki
want
a drawing of that.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I put it on there.
Oh, it's right. It's right
We
We have a special exclusive backer rewards. Oh my god, that's so good. A special exclusive backer reward for today only. If you donate, I will not eat a hot dog very close to the camera.
I think.
Give that a moment to sink in.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I will not chew heavily very close to the camera that you're watching right
I believe that's a type of blackmail, isn't it?
now. No. It's just a.
We only have
it's a
4 days
special
left to
backer
get the
reward.
money in.
3
Blackmail's
days.
in play.
Um,
Isn't the Muffin Man fantastic?
Yeah.
You know what we should throw up as a reward here? For, say, $15, we'll send you one of these pieces of paper with sketches on it. Did that interest anybody? We could add that to the page. Is that something you like as an idea, Ben?
well, let me see if we have any.
You get the behind-the-scenes access, and then one of these
At,
pages from one of the sketch pads. From
at 15, we have a collectible card.
We can do another $15 thing.
Mhm.
There's no rule against it.
Right, but then everyone at 15, above
No,
15
we
would.
would put a limit on it. This is a unique $15 item.
I guess, sure. I mean, I'd have to check on that.
I mean, you can do that.
Well, no, because later awards say includes all previous awards, so that would be a new previous reward.
If you just put it in there, this is unique. One of like limit of 3 or however many pages we get item. We've got 2. You get a third and a fourth working. We just limit to 4. Well, once we finish tonight, whatever pages, we'll probably put these on here.
Mhm.
And whatever limit, that's what you'll get the behind the scenes access. One of these pages from the sketch book from tonight.
Yeah, sure.
I think that for $15, we'll put it in the mail for you in a nice bin resistant envelope.
Mhm.
We'll write you a nice note too. Thank you. Like I said, you can get all the behind the scenes access too, and we'll throw your name in the credits as well.
All right.
That's a freaking deal. I'm Crazy Eddie making deals. $15. Name the credits, behind the scenes access on one of these pages of a sketchbook. We will put that up later tonight.
All right.
I just sold these guys' artwork without their permission. That's how good I am.
I'll be sending you a cease and desist order. Yeah, just so you know.
Go there for my turn.
As soon as I find one. As soon as I find an attorney that I can call mine, you will hear from him. Or her.
Gonna hit the
Or
streets.
it.
Ronan asks, Dark Huntress type character, romance interest for Dark Cop, question mark. Maybe a cool name like Ether or Aether. Sort of like Shadow Control or even Shadow Possession type of
We've
thing.
already done one shadow character.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a bad idea, but we've already got Shroud.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the name, we can come up with a really cool name, and we'll come up with something to be like a Dark Cop love interest. I'm not going to spoil too much, but we kind of already have an idea for Dark Cop love interest in the story. Kind of. A little bit.
I mean, depends on how you consider love,
Yeah.
I guess.
Infatuation interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one,
There's going to be some interesting relationship development the later half of the season that we have planned out. And if we get to make this, and we'd love to make more on top of it, we can explore that kind of stuff as well. I do like the idea of kind of like a darker female huntress type character, maybe a little less morally sound than your typical hero would be on average.
What if she's a teleporter?
That's kind of a cool
can you
idea.
pass a hot dog and a donut?
So, backstory, other powers. Could we do? Maybe she has like a weapon of some kind, like a sword or a crossbow. Probably not a crossbow. It's a bit on the nose for hunters. A naginata. Pretty sweet weapon.
Yeah. I don't know of any superheroes that use it.
What is
It's basically a short sword on the end of a stick. It's a spear
It's
but with a
yeah.
sword type blade.
You could think of it like a Japanese version of a halberd, essentially.
Cool.
So some kind of weapon. You want to have any like gear, or if she's power based, is she more of like a martial artist, like Dark Cop is?
I like the idea of her using weapons, martial arts, but also being able to teleport short distances, kind of like Nightcrawler.
Like Nightcrawler, yeah.
That way she can do the whole Batman thing, like, he was just behind me, but she really is teleporting.
They could do that to each other.
Yeah,
All
but then just Dark Cop's hiding behind a garbage can out of the corner.
right, you want to work on that one,
Yeah.
Jacob?
I'm going into that one right now.
Who came up and kind of threw that idea? Someone with a name. Probably.
Actually, here's another one
This is a pretty solid name.
from JD Disputer. And I'm probably going to mispronounce this. Karasu, Japanese for crow.
Karasu.
Karasu. The man who can transform into a flock of crows or a
Sweet,
murder.
yeah. On that note, many years ago in one of my first Dungeons and Dragons games that I ever played in, I played a druid who was neutral evil, and he could turn into a flock of ravens. And his familiar, rather than being like a large beast like a wolf or a bear, was a huge, a huge swarm of ravens that all lived inside of his cloak. And unfortunately, he was eventually destroyed by a fire demon, but because it kept burning all of his
What if instead of
crows
a
to death.
shape changer, what if he could just control flocks of birds?
Yeah.
No, I like the... Maybe why not both?
Yeah, you'd have. Who says you can't have more than one power? And power.
Or-
that's active power.
Or like turn into a flock of crows, but then they all like independently controlled. And then maybe half of them would, and he'd become like really small if only half of them reformed, or something.
We could have Pear play his full form and Chris C play his small form.
He's still in training though, so as cool as it is, sometimes the crows just fly off and they have to go hunt them down.
Yeah.
I think we've got a completed sketch of Cat Lady.
Oh yeah, we have Cat Lady here.
Cat Lady is
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't know why we weren't doing that earlier.
Yeah.
It's tough right now. Here we have Cat Lady.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Mm. So here's Cat Lady.
There's not much to say, really. I mean,
She's got a bit of a punch.
she's still working it though.
Mhm.
Yeah. She has zero body image problems.
Mhm.
She's confident.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Alex.
She's like an old biker lady. who
I like the,
decided to-
I like the cats. I like their expression. They're just like, eh.
Imagine her throwing the cats on people. Mr. Pickles, this guy wants your catnip.
Okay, I mean that's it. I guess.
Dark Cop, and Dark Cop just says something like, "That's getting infected." I really hope we brought the peroxide.
So that's that. I guess.
Have you been smacking my arm drunk?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jerk. Jeez.
All right. I'm gonna go more to the top. See if we mix on this. Captain Cuddles, Shroud. So how's everyone's day been? Waterboy.
Waterboy.
Making fun of me.
I'm the Waterboy.
Oh, just like a guy who just gets picked on all the time.
Well, I mean, they already had the really crappy Adam Sandler movie, Waterboy. I can come up. I can go Waterboy, maybe.
Really? All right.
I'm gonna try. I'm not much of an artist. I didn't go to no fancy art school.
That's okay. Well, I guess it's just me then. So,
Oh, I'm open.
JD Disputer asks, what characters have we decided on?
To add to the show?
Yeah, I
I don't
don't.
know if any of these guys will make the cut.
Yeah, these
Except Airhead. He thought they were gonna have like a 3-hour
are.
Peter Jackson-esque long cut
Uh-huh.
special on Airhead.
Right. But none of these necessarily will be added. We are. They are in sub-universe, Super Academy Universe B. Take place in parallel universe to A, obviously, until they have a crossover event. Oh. Ronin, Reverie. Yeah, no, this is an interesting idea. Let's take my username Ronin without a master. Reverie, a daydream. Can you do anything with Reverie? I'm a girl, so I do enjoy a good female heroine character. She could cause people to get lost in her past. Like a past memory or nostalgia or a horrible flashback that is like the Batman scene of Bruce's murder or parents' murder. Yeah, no, that could be interesting. I mean, a bit of a darker power, but I think could definitely still be a good character. Just uses like nostalgic attacks. Makes people.
Attacks.
Yeah, well, get.
Yeah, no, I like it.
So yeah, it like psychic based makes people go into their own memories.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could do like a whole flashback episode with that kind of character.
I could definitely see that the other characters like would be freaked out by her, just because that's kind of a freaky power to have.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be more effective on people who like have like bad memories. Like if they don't, then like the stronger the memory, the more real it is. Like you can break out of it.
So she would be able to like immobilize like a Bruce Wayne kind of character.
Yeah.
Mommy.
Oh. But I mean, I really like that idea. That's actually a character that might actually something like that work in Super Academy on like a more serious episode.
Yeah.
No, I definitely like that idea.
Good suggestion. Thank you.
Do you want to do that one now?
Yeah, I'll start on it. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm having trouble drawing knees, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm having trouble drawing.
While they're working on those, I'm just going to do the life story of one. Home run. He can launch baseballs at the speed of sound. Well, okay. So home run began as.
I call him Slugger myself.
How about Winston Slugger? Is his real name? And as a boy, Winston Slugger wanted to be a great baseball player like his dad, but then his dad. No, Dad, that's a false explosive. What's that, son? Right. His dad got accidentally attacked by the supervillain Screwball. So Winston doubled his efforts to defeat the Screwball by becoming the greatest baseball player in the world. They traveled the world, found like a baseball guru who gave him the secret of the sonic curveball.
But if he's a hitter, sonic curveball is something you throw. I'm kind of a huge
Well-
baseball fanatic, so.
Well, home run. He can launch baseballs at the speed of sound.
Yeah, and he got it magically. Then his baseball bat came from the.
Oh, I see. So.
Came from the planet of the cycle planet, because the cycle is when you get one of every kind of hit.
And it has also his dad's spirit.
Yeah, his dad's spirit, kind of like the bowler in Mystery Men. His
Right.
dad's spirit is in a magical pinewood baseball bat that was struck with lightning.
Well, not the lightning. That's
No,
a bit more
that's
like
from the natural.
Uh-huh.
But it's from another
Antimatter.
planet. Yeah, and these aliens who watched his dad's baseball games from satellite.
Right.
Helped him and do his spirit into the baseball bat. And now he fights crime with it by hitting baseballs.
Right. So he can't throw it at sonic speed like he just throws it normally, but so he has to throw it and then hit it. Yeah. So that is home run. He joins the Super Academy, becomes big on the.
He's on the baseball team. He's there,
well-
on baseball scholarship because he's really not.
I'm not
there
going
for
to draw any
academics.
knees. I'm going to move on.
All right.
So I've been working on this character for a while now.
Remind us who it is.
This is the sort of Huntress type character that we put together. It's like a female bad guy for Dark Cop. I incorporate a little bit of like
Not drawing legs.
like almost Tim Drake, Red Robin kind of look. She's got her naginata and a little cloak, but she's still kind of a sexy badass too. Because that's always a comic stereotype for the anti-hero ladies. So yeah.
Well, most anti-heroes are badass. So, but yeah, God, the Super Academy baseball team would be so weird.
Did we have a name for this character at all? You can put on the sheet.
Oh, you mean the Huntress
Or the
one?
Naginata Huntress type.
Yeah, I was Ether or Aether.
What was mine? Was it Ronin something?
Ronin Reverie.
Oh, Ronin Reverie.
So here's the water boy.
Okay. Oh.
So
Hold on.
He has a bulletproof.
Well, show them. They
So
can't.
he has a bulletproof life vest
Hold
that literally will restore him back to life. It's a life vest. And then he has his powerful polka dot swimming trunks, which just look snazzy.
All right.
They'll give him much. And then he has his water wings, which allow him, ironically, to fly. And then he has his X-ray vision goggles and his snorkel of sonic blasts.
Mhm.
He'll bend down with his snorkel and blast sonic blasts at the enemies, and that's the water boy. I know it's awful. You
No,
can do
I love it.
Everyone boo.
I love it.
And I drew his arms up like that because I didn't know any other way to draw arms. I figured all superheroes would kind of like draw their arms up like that anyway.
Again, thanks for being here, everybody.
Mhm.
Everybody who's been here since the beginning, you're
We won't
amazing.
give you this for $15.
Yeah, we'll give you something way better than that. Everybody who has recently joined us, thank you for joining us, and we hope you'll stay with us for the rest of the evening.
Mhm. Well, we've been
Please
going
feel
almost.
free to share on your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
Reddit,
Tumblr, whatever the heck you want.
4chan. I don't.
Any way we can get the word out, we would be eternally grateful.
We have 70 hours left,
You know,
so
they have
So-
taken the days off of our countdown. We are down to hours.
I'm just gonna refresh everything. Well, we've been doing about 2 hours now. This is
It's fun.
yeah, no man. Let's just do this for the next 70 hours.
I wish I
Maybe
you have
not.
to go to work a couple times between now and then.
Corn Crab thinks you should give Waterboy flippers.
I didn't want. Yes, that's a brilliant idea. I can't draw legs.
Okay.
Jago, I can't even get to the knee part. Like that's just not going to happen.
Jacob is adding, so you might see a change in art style part way down.
No, I'll make it suitably crap.
Okay.
Thank you, Jacob. I'm gonna go cry in my pillow now.
Oh.
No, it's all right. I knew it'd be crap. I all I can really draw. I draw really sweet stick figure Vikings. When I was taking my medieval, I got a degree in history. I took my medieval history class. I just drew stick figure Vikings in my notebook, doing Viking things. Typically related things on the lecture. So, but they're always Vikings. So it's Vikings in the Crusades and Vikings crowning Charlemagne, and then Vikings going on pilgrimage to Canterbury, etc. I like Vikings. Because you just draw a horn helmet and a beard on a stick figure.
Well, actually,
That's all you
well,
gotta- that's all you gotta do.
well, that's Vikings didn't have horns.
Yeah, this is true. It's a myth.
That's not realistic.
Well, why don't you burst my bubble there?
Oh, I'm sorry.
And actually, I knew that, but you can't tell they're Viking stick figures unless they have horns on their helmet. Oh god, that's wow. I drew that guy has some crazy torso.
All right, let's.
There's
added on
Waterboy
some
with
flippers there.
Oh my god.
I also gave him some semicircle knees,
Uh-huh.
since Kyle said he didn't want to draw knees.
So that's Waterboy.
It's Rob Liefeld-esque.
No, Rob Liefeld would basically just drawn like a balloon of muscles with no feet.
Yeah, we. If Rob Liefeld's watching, we're sorry.
With tiny hands.
Sort of.
Rob
Not that
Liefeld
much.
would have thought that Airhead was like a really cool, legitimate character. He just needed to have more muscles and like laser
Tiny
eyes
hands,
or
yeah.
something.
We respect you.
And a
Rob
katana.
Liefeld.
And a katana.
We respect
Okay, so here's two good ones. A shy, powerful, telekinetic girl with short hair who has another destructive personality. So split personality, psychic.
Okay.
So one-
kind of thinking like a Jean Grey type in that sense.
Mhm.
Trying to think of other good examples of that like character type.
of like psychic.
Well, multiple personalities and characters.
Jean Grey's the big one.
So yeah, let's see. What would trigger the split
Power,
personality?
a shy, powerful, telekinetic girl with short hair
Be
who has
like
another
Manchurian
destructive,
candidate
who
with
has
certain
another destructive
phrase or like a
personality.
couple
So split personality psychic.
notes of a song or two.
So one.
Right. That would show like someone has imply someone orchestrated it.
Maybe she's a lab rat that escaped from the lab of a supervillain but doesn't know it. And because she has powers, she went to the Super Academy, and the supervillain is trying to get his experiment back.
Ooh. Ooh.
Kind of intense.
Yeah.
And he's been trying for years, and she like grew up in child protective services and everything.
From Dark Lab.
Yep. Dark Lab. And
Sorry.
they try
trying
and get her to trigger. They send out. They're not sure where he's at, so they'll send subliminal messages and television commercials and stuff.
Mhm.
But we could have an episode of Doctor Phantasm that has a commercial or something. Doctor Phantasm says there's an inside joke we'll be putting in the show that's really awesome. I don't want to say it too loud.
It's called Dr. Phantasm. It's just a show that they watch.
Yep, it's a show that they watch.
It's a show inside of a show.
Yep.
Wow.
Not an original concept, but it's fun. It's something we want to do. And they're in a world, they're college students, they're going to watch TV shows. So to avoid copyright problems, we made our own. So yeah, there could be an episode of Dr. Phantasm that triggers her to go, and they don't realize what it is at first. So they just assume she has an episode because she's a powerful telekinetic. But then one of the other characters has the theme song or something as a ringtone on their phone that sets them off again on a mission. And then they figured out that the Dr. Phantasm show is actually a long, because she could be 20 some odd years old, and we could say they updated the theme song of Dr. Phantasm. And people could always talk about how they like the original theme song, they don't like the new one they came out with in the 90s, which they're using now when this character was born. But they created the song to trigger her.
Whoa.
This is getting pretty intense.
Yeah, I think
I'm just gonna go ahead and start sketching.
Right, I think we may have gone off what the original, but yeah.
It's getting pretty.
So
Well, what if-
there's this deep conspiracy with the producers of Dr. Phantasm to keep the show going and continue getting funding. Took huge sponsorship from Dark Labs, but the only contingent was they had to change the theme song to this new song that Dark Labs wrote.
And then maybe occasionally would get little flashes of it, like
Yeah.
when talking about that show or certain music would. Yeah, I think that could be interesting. We'll see what Jacob comes up with and see for things from there.
So she could have like a really cool name, but Dark Labs just calls her Subject 47.
Getting a little Weapon X-y.
Yep.
Uh,
Whatever.
Yeah, that's okay.
Weapon X is freaking cool. Right, Wolverine fans, Deathstroke fans, Lady
You mean Deadpool fan?
Deadpool fans.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke is DC. He's also cool. It's very similar to Deadpool. I don't know which one.
Someone contest.
Blue Dragon 5 says hi.
Hi.
Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Hola.
I'm just gonna refresh this.
Oh, Ruin Reverie.
Got a couple sketches incoming. I won't do any more, I promise.
Go ahead. Alright, again, so if you haven't made a suggestion, again, if you haven't made one, you get priority over the others. And yeah, if you haven't already, please check out our Kickstarter. Down to under 70 hours left. So, share, make a pledge.
You have all day Thursday and Friday and part of the day Saturday to help us get our goal. If we
But-
don't get our goal, we don't get any money, and we have to start from ground zero and start writing grant proposals, which would delay production of the show more. We're going to make the show. Kickstarter is the most direct way to get our funding because it's going direct to our fan base.
Right.
There are other ways of funding. They require a lot more work, and they're not nearly as reliable. And Kickstarter is not 100% reliable, but it's more reliable than some of these other forms.
I do have one ready.
Yay!
If we're ready.
Alright.
This is Ronin Reverie.
Oh yeah. Okay, just a second. Here we are. No, that's Cat Lady. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. She's next to Cat Lady.
Yeah.
I was like the memory-based one, right?
Yeah. So it can trap people in like nostalgic memories.
Yeah, I like that candle he put on there. Maybe that's part of how she activates her powers, possibly, where she can trap nostalgic memories in the candle and activate them. It's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, no, I really like this character actually.
I like the Ronin thing. I just kind of put her arm in a sling, but it's also like, it's like pain, memory.
Maybe she causes someone to relive a too painful memory. She takes injury herself, physical. So that limits her power.
I think that this character could even be
In the show.
yeah.
There you go.
I mean, if
Well, only if Airhead makes it.
well,
I'll hold my vote on Ron Reverie until we approve Airhead.
Airhead will.
I will filibuster for Airhead.
Airhead will probably require different special.
I will
effects.
compromise for Muffin Man.
Possibly Muffin Man.
If we can get the CGI budget, we just need to have to do the vaudeville tentacle guy.
Are really good.
Ronan Reverie says, "Thank you. That looks really good. Thank you for the suggestion."
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Blue. Okay, a new one. Blue Dragon 5. How about a superhero teacher who's a big gadget nut and trains the heroes in gadgetry use and development? Yeah. I think like we even talked about having a gadget class.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think that should be a major.
Yeah.
One of the or disciplines you can go into.
We've been Tinker.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Maybe. I'm just coming out brainstorming
I know.
here, man.
Okay. Everyone, Tinker.
You don't have to take the first thing I throw out.
I
I'm
know.
literally like reaching into the poo bin and flinging things, and whatever sticks to the wall sticks to
Yeah.
the wall.
No.
Tinker Tailor, Soldier
something-
Sailor.
A gadget. Gadget monkey. Or what's it? Wrench.
Monkey Wrench.
Can we just steal the character Girl Genius? Let's go with that.
Okay, yeah.
No, this isn't.
How about this Ratchet? No, that's like a PlayStation character. isn't
Yeah,
it?
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities.
How about-
with gadgets.
How about Cog and Sprocket, the pair of teachers?
Cog and Sprocket. Cog and Sprocket. Cog.
Mr. Cog and Sprocket? All one word? He's from the old country?
Of course, that would be a real name, even though.
Yeah.
The Cog and Sprocket.
Oh! And Herr Glockenspiel could be his former star pupil that turned to evil.
Herr Glockenspiel is an idea of a character we had where it's Dr. Doom and Lederhosen.
With a bunch of gear work and clockworks that keep
I am so
technology.
attached to that character, you guys. You have no idea. I'm just like waiting on
My
the
initial
edge of my
idea,
seat
and
to
then
do that character.
yeah. Mr. Glockensprocket, he's an old dude, so we could get Bruce Miller to play him.
Oh, and he would be. Yeah, that could be a thing where like he versus Glockenspiel, like it's.
He has lots of
I am
regret.
back. I am back, teacher. Once I was a student, but now.
Now it's I am the master. So, Mr. Glockensprocket, or Coggensprocket, Coggensprocket.
Or Professor Tech or Gizmo, but I prefer. I like where we're going with.
Coggensprocket, because we're tying it in with another character, but you got us down that path. Oh yeah. That was super cheesy, I know. I don't care.
Pull the motherboard.
Oh.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much. Okay.
But he could be like he's determined. He could be holding back, giving students too much information because he doesn't want to create another Herr Glockenspiel.
Yeah.
But he needs to give in an episode he needs to give like some of the secrets holding back so they can defeat Herr Glockenspiel and Glockenspiel's newest technological terror. Someone give us all the money so we can do all of these ideas. Netflix, we'll do an original series if we give it. Netflix gives them like $250,000 an episode. We would just have to make the episodes longer, but would anyone have a problem with that?
Nope.
No. 44-minute episodes, $250K per. We'll give you 13 for the first season. That sounds pretty schwanky. Someone get the Netflix CEO on the phone now.
I think we need month.
No.
Oh, we have a
I can daydream. I can also pretend I won the lottery last night, the Mega Millions.
You did?
I didn't.
Oh.
If I did, we wouldn't be here on the live stream. We'd just be like Scrooge McDucking through like piles of money.
Yeah, and
then making an awesome show.
that would be like and that'd be an update. Like, yeah. So
Our producer won the lottery, so we don't need your money anymore. We're gonna make something fucking awesome. Pardon my
We're getting
English.
pretty close to being done here with
Yep.
the Psychic Hero.
If someone does win the lottery, if you can just give us like $25,000, that'd be
Do
awesome.
we have a name for this character?
no.
Telekinetic. Jane Doe.
Really?
Great Gene.
No. Great Gene.
We don't have a name yet. I guess your short-haired, shy, telekinetic girl character. Try to convey some of that shyness in the posture.
What about
that kind of like
what if her superhero name is
hidden secondary
Kinetica?
personality?
Like kinetic?
Very basic,
Kinetica.
very straightforward, but some good emotion there. That could be an interesting character.
Kinetic.
Awful.
Yeah. I am starting to get tired. I have been up since like 4:30 this morning.
All right.
So
So
I'm officially in Loopyville.
so we are going.
Ticket 1, return trip 0.
Well, how are people doing this on? Keep going or? I mean, yeah.
I'm good to go until
Alex is waiting for something to draw.
Oh, okay.
We got something to give Alex to draw.
Excellent.
There's more room on his page for stuff.
It's a horror character.
Or
Yeah. Well, that's pretty open.
how about tentacular? This is no, we were doing tentacles.
All right. So what kind of horror? Like what kind of types of horror thing? Everyone like say what's everyone's favorite horror things? Like
Ooh,
characters.
could it be?
Lovecraft. Anything Lovecraft.
Could it just be the squid? Could it be like a guy with arms, legs, and a squid face? Suction cup hands.
I don't know. I'm not sure how scary that would be.
Well, but he has claws. This guy would have like suction cup
I can
hands.
have your
Like
sandwich, maybe.
Oh no, Fry! I saved your head, but I've lost your dorsal fin.
What else? What are yours? What's your favorite kind of horror?
My favorite kind?
Mm.
I like old horror. I like Universal movie monsters and just really goofy, melodramatic sort of characters, I guess.
Like Swamp Thing or like
Yeah.
the creature from beyond.
Yeah.
Man thing.
Man, Wolfman.
Of course.
What about like a character?
Blackula.
Blackulas. Blackulas.
What if he
Son
is?
of Blackula.
What if he is a werebadger? Can we make a werebadger character?
That's not scary.
Have you ever met a badger?
Yeah, it's just a funny word, badger.
What
There
the
was
guy
a,
he specializes in spy and everything. He's literally like a mole, like an anthropomorphic mole.
Oh,
There was a one-shot, maybe it's a Mastermind game I played in, where I played as a character who was the goddamn Weasel Man. It was basically just like Batman, but with like a ridiculous weasel costume.
Did anyone make Pauly Shore jokes?
He had
weasel?
No, he had weasel rings. He had the Weasel Mobile. It was so outrageously fun, and he was egregiously murdered by supervillains. But damn, was it fun?
Ronan, or I guess the short-haired psychic could be called Brain Teaser.
Right.
I like that.
How about just Sudoku? Shut up now.
I think either old time monster movie or Lovecraft, or an old time movie who turns into a Lovecraft thing as a true form. So it's like one form is like kind of cheesy, and it's like you're kind of scared, and the other one is like whoa.
Holy crap!
Yeah. There's all the weird corridors and Lovecraftian twisty thingy.
Sigils
Non-Euclidean
carved
geometry.
Yeah.
Sigils carved in the skin.
Music that comes from nowhere.
Ancient relics.
Naked old men.
Oh.
Running theme. Naked old men just doing
naked old
man.
No, just doing normal stuff. They're like refinishing tables with a belt sander and playing highlight naked. Badminton. Old dudes playing badminton naked. That is terrifying.
Mowing the lawn.
Riding mower or push
Oh,
mower?
I don't know.
Yeah. Using the weed whacker with the goggles on for safety. Wow, how do we get to old men doing things naked? Sorry, that devolved there. Those of you who are eating, we apologize.
So, well, let's maybe just start with Cheesy Monster right now.
What if he's an actual cheese monster?
Because
Like he's made out of cheese?
Because Lovecraftian villains, you probably can't draw without going insane, so it wouldn't be an accurate representation.
True.
To draw it 6-dimensionally in a 2-dimensional
That
space.
is a nerdy explanation, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of the cheese, the limb burglar.
You're just trapped in like Adam West Batman.
I know.
Not that it's like a bad thing. It's just really hard to write anything that's
Robert
that people can believe is like a real thing.
Here, we can combine this in with this.
He could be played by Robert Goudelet.
We'll combine this with
or Alison Brie.
We'll combine it with this suggestion. How about a villain who's a mutated professor who has lobster features? Can you turn that into...
Zoidberg?
No, because that's a doctor, not a professor. It's completely different.
Yeah, like Professor Lobster.
Oh, his name could be Crustaceo.
But make it a...
He has like a tragic horror monster element.
What if he lives in a shell too? What if he's like a hermit crab? He like carries his house around with him. He's awful. I'm awful. I'm going to superhero hell.
Phantom Zone. Okay, we got a bunch.
Cool.
Oh,
thanks everybody for sticking with us.
Yeah.
Again, don't forget to share Facebook, Twitter, any social networking site, anybody you can email, any place you can post a link. Please do so. We love you guys so much for being here.
And at the 250 reward, if you want, you can create a character. So any of these you really like wants to have to add, we will.
I might just pay for Airhead. Or the Muffin Man.
Here's another food-related one from Group. How about Ice Cream Man? He could be a villain who is made of mint chocolate chip ice cream, and Power Kid defeats him by eating him. Whoa.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Actually, that sounds like a really...
But like the image of him like eating way too much ice cream and crying is great. That's very funny.
I'm saying
he's really dark.
I can see him just like with a big spoon and just like he kept crying and screaming in pain, but he was so delicious. Why were his kneecaps made of waffle cones?
I can't believe it.
No! Please! Marcus, why are your tears caramel syrup? It's making it more delicious.
Are you drawing that out?
I don't know what I'm
Another one we have is Dr. Desperation, a sadistic man who puts people in death traps with the goal of breaking them mentally, making them compromise principles, and beg for death, only he doesn't grant it to them.
His real name was his last name was Goldberg.
Hold on.
Rube Goldberg machines put in the traps.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, his supervillain name is great.
Yes, he's kind of like a, he's torture porn the villain.
Sobbed.
As it were. Yeah, I mean, okay, what kind of motivations, backstory, anything we can come up with for...
Yeah, maybe someone who started...
His dad was a janitor at Acme Mousetrap Company.
And
was killed in a horrible industrial accident, and now he's determined to take vengeance upon the corporate fat cats who cause OSHA violations that caused his dad's death. And and he thinks it's poetic justice that this company that makes mousetraps and horrible things that kill rodents, and he makes these devices to kill horrible captains of industry and stuff who are lauded in society for their donations and philanthropy, but he's after them in the darkness. So he's kind of an anti-hero, but he's still killing people, so he's a villain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's someone without superpowers.
Yeah, but he could have a photographic memory, so anytime he sees blueprints or something, he can commit them to memory. So he could just spend lots of time in what if he works in the U.S. Patent Office? Mm-hmm. He has a photographic memory, and the Taskmaster has reflexive martial arts, photographic reflexes. He has it he goes and watches an auto mechanic, and then he can do it by just watching it. He goes and watches a welder, and he can do it. He goes and watches an electrician or a plumber, and he just gets all these skills. So he has the photographic memory to copy skilled tradesmen. And then he uses those skills for evil.
Yeah.
Instead of being a master contractor, he becomes a master villain who creates elaborate death traps he builds himself.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a villain that probably the students wouldn't handle, even though he probably could be handled.
He's dark, and he can do some emotional scarring to the students.
So, but yeah, I mean, even though...
You can go after where some of the teachers go after them, they get in trouble, and they have to... And the only people that can communicate are the students. Mm-hmm. And the message is, go get more teachers. And Dark Hawk and Power Kid decide, no, we can handle this. We're going to go rest it ourselves and get brownie points.
Or get a letter of recommendation.
Yeah, a letter of recommendation or extra credit.
Blue Dragon 5 asks, is there any way you fellas can limit your goal to half of the 12,000 goal?
No.
No, we can't change. Once the Kickstarter starts, you can't change the funding goal.
So it's locked in once we hit that little green launch button.
Mm-hmm. So unfortunately, no. So
looking back, we maybe should have set it lower, but we couldn't have made it. That's a realistic budget for the show, though. Is $12,000.
Right.
We would have still have to raise more money if we only raised $6,000.
Part of the the reason that we can do it for that amount of money. Sorry to just jump in if I interrupted you there. We have to pay to rent the locations where we're going to be, and we have to plan to rent the gear. Mm-hmm. So if we can rent, on a weekly basis rather than a daily basis to film over a period of several weeks, we're generally going to get a better rates to do that. So if we were doing just half the series, we'd probably need closer to like a $7,000 or $8,000 mark.
Yeah.
And then because we don't get that kind of a discount rate on gear or on locations. And then we would have to raise that same match again to do the rest.
I mean, and also
so we want to do it the right way for as cheaply as possible. And this was.
Well, we want to use industry standard equipment.
Exactly.
Right.
We don't want it to look
professional cinema cameras and lighting rigs and sound rigs, etc.
Yeah, I mean, a big thing is also just what I thought about, just the episodes we have planned out, how, I mean, we would, if we did less episodes, we'd have to kind of restructure our plan also, just because, I mean, the way we have it planned out, the first half is, introducing new characters and creating the world and stuff, and just have that sort of big break in between. The other episodes, which are more, living there and stuff, might just seem kind of a little odd, ending it on the first act. So, that's part of the reason why we wanted to set it for 8 to 10 episodes rather than doing chunks of small short episodes, or a short number of episodes. Corn Crab says that Ice Cream Man should say, I am the Ice Cream Man driving around in my great white van. When I ring my bells, all the fat kids run like hell.
That's from something. isn't it?
I have no idea. Corn crab, is that from something? Corn crab is heading out, but I guess corn crab won't answer us. So thank you.
Crab. Thanks for coming.
Yep.
Your name is weird, but we love you.
All right. I'm just gonna refresh the comments. To see if we got. We have weird. The suggested videos on this are kind of weird. Hot rod drag racing. Grievous Apprentice 15. How about a woman whose superhero name is Milkshake?
Would you like us to just draw you like a large pair of boobs? Is that like the only reason you're here? Or like, I mean, I don't want to be offensive, but like, I also don't want to be offensive and just draw boobs.
Okay, here's.
So I don't know what to do for you, my friend.
Here's one. Frontier Man, an older hero who has nostalgia for the golden age of heroes, attending the college to better his powers and get back into the field of modern age. So yeah, an older student.
Oh yeah, a non-traditional student.
Yeah,
Like
from like the 1950s or something.
this is like a 50s, like a baby boomer or something who like just got a blue collar superhero job. Like his job during the Great Alien Invasion of 1972. Like his job was to destroy the automatons, while the like Justice League people actually took on the main supervillains. He did very blue collar. It was good, steady work. But now that he's an empty nester and his kids have left and everything, he decided, you know what? I always had some real potential. I'm gonna go back to college and get my degree.
I'm really enjoying Gamer Goombas kind of. That poem goes to the tune of Iron Man.
The milkshake one.
Yeah, the ice cream man one.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Now it's just
Hold on, let me
cycling through my head.
let me find it again. I am the ice cream man, driving around in my great white van. When I ring my bell, all the fat kids run like hell.
I have a dog and she's a baby.
No, we dealt with. I was shooting actually a meeting with our costume designer, which you guys will see tomorrow. But there's a prima donna dog also in that, so we'll see.
So I like the idea of this like baby boomer non-traditional student.
Yeah.
What powers? Like he needs to be like a blue collar superhero.
Well, I think it should be also something based around Golden Age like what's popular back then. So just like flight.
I'm almost imagining like a Lone Ranger type character.
Yeah, he kind of uses guns.
Yeah, guns or a whip, fists.
What?
Maybe like a Bowie knife or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'd want someone the kind of character who would have come out during like the 50s if they were hero then.
But Lone Ranger type, like he has his superpower is like supreme marksmanship, possibly. And he like is trying to wear the same costume, but it doesn't quite fit because he's kind of paunchy and stuff.
Right. He.
Do you want this one, Alex? Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
He.
Oh my God, we have our Lovecraftian horror.
Oh.
It's called Surf and Turf.
Oh boy.
Oh man, this is amazing.
That's always the best suspense film.
Oh, here's our horror-based superhero, Surf and Turf. He obviously likes a nice Chianti.
So obviously, this is what we can. This is what we find scary, I guess.
If I saw that in real life, I'd probably poop my pants.
I guess.
And then I would get some fortified butter and some lemon and come at him with a fork. That's a big meaty tail. That's a beast.
So that is Surf and Turf.
That guy was in Cheddar Biscuits.
But yeah, no. So yeah, he could be like old chum a lot.
Yeah.
And like just say 50s stuff.
What if he was a sidekick, like a young sidekick in like the Silver Age or the Golden Age, and now he's like an old man, but he's still wearing the sidekick costume.
Yeah. Holy.
Oh man.
Holy bottle cap.
What if like and he still talks in like the hip young people speak of that time period?
Uh-huh.
Oh man, this is like
Cheapers. Oh man, you're swell, Pop.
Yeah.
I'm kind of picturing like the superheroes from SpongeBob almost. You know what I'm
Well,
talking
Mermaid
about?
Man and Barnacle Boy.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Yeah.
Should be so the superhero he served under should be Commander Courage is who he served under.
Okay.
Alright, who's just just kind of a almost Steve Rogers Captain America type, I'm imagining. Just like all American, like he's wearing the Rex Kwon Do pants from Napoleon Dynamite. with Marine Corps dress blue top or something, and like a helmet that's like Commander Courage. And then the sidekick could be he can wear a red, white, and blue flak jacket with he needs like a holster with a pair of guns,
Well, I mean, we'll see what Alex
a
designs.
pair of revolvers maybe, and definitely shorts.
But yeah, no, I definitely.
Shorts are
Yes.
Shorts are definitely going to be.
And we gotta see his like scabby old man knees.
Yes.
And maybe the socks falling down around the ankles. Because they're old man socks and the elastic is stretched out a bit.
Tries to connect with the kids.
Or the socks come all the way up to the knees. And they're black dress socks.
Yeah, tries to connect with the kids today.
Wow.
All right.
We got some new ones.
Yeah. How about a former? Oh, I if you don't mind, I want to actually combine these two together. A former Academy student named Boomer, who is obsessed with making things explode, and he got expelled because of that.
Okay.
And this other suggestion is could have a supervillain student trying to kill the dean for expelling him, named Vengeance. But what if we combine those two together, Boomer and Vengeance? Boo Vengeance? Oh,
No.
don't combine that part, but
Yeah.
someone whose power was super destructive and then
Movements. Yeah,
and
there's
got
no good way to do that.
and got expelled and is trying to go after the dean.
Boom. Yeah, there's no good way to do that.
Okay. I can maybe take on that one.
Okay.
So
Oh no,
Maybe it's-
Boomer could be the superhero name, and then it's Vengeance.
yeah,
Changes
I'm
it to
getting like a Penance kind of vibe with this character. You guys remember Penance from the Civil War?
No.
Story arc. He was part of the Thunderbolts, and then he got like this suit that was like cutting him all the time, like penance for all the evil things he did. It was like it's kind of a weird character, but it was kind of cool at the time.
What if this guy has like burns from all the explosives he builds and stuff all the time? What if he could like naturally produce nitroglycerin?
Ooh.
That would be scary. That would be bad for everyone. There would be no good things that come out of that.
That's why.
Yeah, I can't be anywhere above like 60 degrees, just in case.
But he can control how he creates it. He still has accidents though, so he doesn't have eyebrows, or he just has one eyebrow.
Ugh.
And he has patches of hair because some of them were burned. The scar tissue won't allow more hair to grow.
Okay.
Oh God.
While those guys are drawing those, just gonna.
He asked us any questions too.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be related
He
to
asked us any questions about our favorite comic books or hobbies
or this flannel shirt.
yeah, anything you want. It's like a Reddit AMA, but this is live and you can see us answer it.
Let's see. A rich billionaire whose secret identity is a homeless man. All right.
It's kind of cute.
So, well, here's the question. Bruce Wayne and Batman. Like, Batman is the real person. So, who is the real one? The billionaire or the homeless man? That's the question.
Yeah.
So, is it?
I already know his name.
What?
He's Sloppy Joe.
So the homeless man would be.
So bad, Kyle.
So the homeless.
But he secretly funds all the soup kitchens in town with his billionaire powers, and then he mingles to see, like, when they don't like the menu, he makes adjustments. So it's like he goes, you know what they need more here? Green beans. I haven't seen green beans in 3 months. Next day, green beans show up in the soup kitchen. And that's his superpower, to get the perfect menu in soup kitchens.
So here's the thing though is so does he use his billionaire to finance his homeless?
It just doesn't work. This seems clumsy. This blood sucker not working. Ah!
No, he could finance his box, his hat.
Or you could just take a box from outside of Costco.
I mean, he could.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, no. No, the secret identity would be the homeless man, so he'd turn into a billionaire. So we had it in reverse. So, okay, maybe. Well, you can keep doing what you're doing. Don't start. No, Alex, no, don't erase it all.
Oh no, I'm not erasing it all. I'm just erasing things.
Yeah. So, okay, how about he is a homeless man, but he got a magic amulet, and when he turns it on, he becomes a billionaire. But when he takes the amulet off, he goes back to not having any money. Like the money.
Dashing Ken.
Why would he ever take the amulet off?
Yeah.
Because he has to save power.
Because
you know what?
With great power comes great
This
responsibility.
vacation to Bermuda is great, but I really want to go back to dogs peeing on me in the alley. I miss that.
Well, because
I miss fighting off frostbite in February.
Because he'd be a different personality, so it's like he's not the same person.
Daily showers. Yeah, I'm not really digging these daily showers.
is he like Captain Marvel? Does he like have a code word? And it's just like cloud of smoke or
maybe.
Shazam! Where he could go trust fund,
and then just like a bolt of money, like a thing of money just falls on him, like and he's wearing a suit.
Like Jacob said, though, why would he ever change back?
Because he has to live. Because a billionaire knows that the homeless guy has to live his life.
Why?
Because
this isn't working. I mean,
he has a daughter named
it's like those little paper cups, cone cups you get at water coolers that are good for like one drink of water, and then after that they lose their integrity. They just don't work as actual cups. So this is not working as a superhero.
His friends think he's cool because he's homeless, and they don't like rich people. So
yeah,
he feels social pressure to stay poor.
Ronan asks actually if we could show Airhead again.
Oh, this is what you're talking about.
Yeah, Ronan missed Airhead. So just a second.
So Airhead's special powers are to inflate and shape change his head.
My favorite character I've drawn so far.
Which he also controls. He can fly with it, and his controls are his epically awesome mustache. So the throttle and like different air controls are the mustache for Airhead.
So here is Airhead.
We can show some of the others too.
His head can inflate to almost immeasurable sizes. Well, I'm sure there's an outer limit somewhere. We haven't defined it yet.
I got the old one.
Oh!
The former sidekick.
Yeah.
Scout.
Oh, man. So, here he is.
Oh Oh man, Alex, you're just a champion.
Scout's the real champion here.
So Scout, I'm thinking he could be an actual character too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gee whiz, guys! Here, let me give you $5. We'll go to a picture show. Yeah, just imagine him
You
trying.
got any change for the payphone? What's a payphone?
Just trying to hang out with, like Power Kid.
I got the new decoder ring from. Trying to figure out the mystery from last week's radio show? What's the radio?
Mhm.
Like comics, kids?
All right. I'm gonna go through some of these again. Thank you guys for all the awesome suggestions.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, we haven't, except for the very beginning, haven't had to use a random generator, which is great. Oh, what do we got
You
here?
can just kind of re-show some
Oh.
pictures for those who haven't been here the whole time.
Yeah, for those who haven't been here, just gonna do a quick recap. This is Vaudeville. He has like tentacle heads to come out of his back, so he decided to make it into a comedy act.
They're like Marx Brothers, tentacle heads.
Hyper Polygraph was the first one we got, actually. That was the only random one. He can see through people.
Determining polygraph machine.
Yeah. Shroud. Right here.
Shadow manipulator.
Yep. Right here. Captain Cuddles. He's a supervillain who hugs people and makes them feel good, whether they like it or not.
Permanent catatonic state of euphoria.
Yeah. Aether. Aether, just huntress like.
Lady villain / love interest for Dark
Muffin Man and Cupcake.
His sidekick.
And how do we even say? Oh, Galligator. Who a redneck who shame changer.
Half lady, half gal, half alligator.
Galligator.
All hero. Galligator.
All right, so
Keeping trailer parks across America safe from supercrime.
Grievous Apprentice assumes that Airhead's weakness is anything sharp. I'd say so.
Yeah.
Safe
Safe to assume.
Or pulling off his mustache.
Yeah. So Thumbtack is his arch nemesis, supervillain.
I'm
Dark.
pretty close on.
What if Dark Cup had some? Oh man. Okay, this is one that might need to be collaborative. But first, before we do that, let's look at Jacob's rendition of Vengeance. Vengeance is the character who got kicked out of the school and wants revenge on.
So I made him kind of, the sort of bad boy look with. He got the open jacket. He's got a hanging, necklace over a wife beater. He's got the, the outer shirt tied around the waist. The kind of college bad boy type, clothes. But then he's also got these big gauntlets, which regulate his explosive powers, and he can use them to do terrible, terrible things.
Kind of like Havoc.
Yeah.
Power-wise.
So here is one that I think everyone. Hold on.
I think you might have stumped us with a homeless guy to billionaire.
Yeah.
That actually might have stumped us, by the way, guys.
Some of these are tricky.
Yeah. Okay. What if Dark Cop had some sort of sidekick intern program where he had a few sidekicks who eventually either screw up, annoy him, or outshine him so he can fire them constantly? So I think, let's think of a couple sidekicks for Dark Cop.
They would only last like a week.
I think the best thing that we came up with, this was one of the things that we talked about early on in our writers' meetings, was that we have like a guy who comes to the college not knowing what he wants to do. Because there's always that guy in a college environment who's just like, he doesn't know what he wants to do. He's there because he wants to do the higher learning, but he doesn't know what he wants to do yet. And he becomes like, he sees Dark Cop do something cool, and then he just like, that's it. That's what I want to do. And he just like tries to be Dark Cop as hard as he can. But he's like kind of a weaselly, nerdy guy who just doesn't have like the presence or the gravitas that
And he calls himself
Dark Cop
Night
does.
Detective.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like night detective or
whatever.
something ridiculous.
Yeah, what happened to that episode?
That one, I think that one got pushed aside for ones that actually had plot in them. But yeah, that concept definitely stuck with me, and I think they could make a really interesting character. So
Twilight
yeah,
Constable.
that's definitely something.
Twilight
that
Constable.
Okay, so that's one sidekick you could add, but this is an
Twilight
internship.
Constable, the
Okay.
first one.
Second, maybe someone who
Crazy Clown. He's a clown that has special, like, all his weapons are, like, a seltzer bottle that shoots, like, some kind of adhesive that sticks bad guys to the ground and exploding rubber chickens and stuff. And literally Dark Cop works with him 3 hours and like, you know what? I hate clowns. You need to go.
Yeah, that's something I didn't even notice until much later, is that when he's beating up a clown, it's like, oh, that's kind of like the Joker. Huh. I mean, I just want to give... I just dressed as a clown because I made a costume that people wouldn't care if people beat up, and people don't like clowns.
Yeah.
Then he could have... Could we do like an Aquaman joke? Like, so what's your power? Well, I can talk to and control fish. How does that help me? We're in Minnesota.
Hey, land of 10,000 lakes. Come on, man.
Well, you literally like, sure, you're gonna attack people with walleye
I will swarm you with a horde of crappie.
and walleye.
Well, maybe not fish, or something that's not a lot
They
around
love
here a lot,
cheddar.
or something
This
that
is my
controlling wouldn't be a
secret.
huge.
What if he controls
Control sloths?
Yes, Sloth Boy.
No, a sloth master.
I just picture like a slightly dopey guy. It's also a Scott Reefer role. Slightly dopey guy, just kind of like.
Now I just think of the maniacal sloth meme where he whispers horrible things in your ear. And it's like, why? And Dark Cop fires him. Why isn't it working out?
Awkwardly interacting with
I
things.
don't know how to tell you this, but I need someone with better reaction time. An uncomfortable amount of clicks.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's another one. We're gonna...
We got the clown.
And let's have one more.
Twilight Constable.
Actually, no, that's three, so we don't...
We have Twilight Constable, Crazy Clown, Sloth Master.
I think that's all we need. How you do rule of
Were
threes.
you satisfied with those three concepts? Do you want to draw any of those? Twilight Constable, which is a Dark Cop ripoff.
I don't know Dark Cop all that well, actually.
It's basically like a Batman Nightwing kind of combination.
I see.
Crazy Clown. I liked the idea of a sloth superhero
Sloth's fun.
with the claws and the doopy face.
Probably find a picture somewhere here.
Yeah, that's today. Actually, my phone's dead.
You could have... here's one. You could have someone who can't remember his power or how to use it and spends his life searching for it. Well, the power would be inside the whole time.
Yeah.
It was inside you
all along.
Yep. We're not going to draw it because it can be anyone. It could even be you.
Whoa.
It could be.
It could be the subconscious of mankind itself. All right.
My superhero's name would be Chris Atlas. Or
Jeez.
Light guard. That could be another. Or shade. Or gray cop.
how about Shin Kicker? It's just like an expert. Like every time he kicks, he connects directly with a villain's shins.
He could be related to Kneecapper.
Yeah, he's Kneecapper's sidekick, Shin Kicker.
When the situation isn't as...
This is my cousin, Shin Kicker.
When the situation This donut's blocking
His
me.
dad, Kidney Punch, is friends with is my dad's brother, Kidney Punch. Or sucker.
A hero or villain who can create illusions with his mind to trip people up and deceive them. Okay.
Okay.
Houdini.
I like the name. I like it.
Because you don't know who he is.
Right.
Like he doesn't wear a mask.
Is it like a Mysterio type of match?
Just
You could get the kind of
like as a question mark.
yeah, it could be almost like I was literally going to say the question.
Yeah. Who? Kyle, so yeah, we made a character who spelled Houdini.
Yes.
He's an illusionist and has a question mark over his face, like the question. So can deceive people. He doesn't even know who he is himself.
Okay.
Hence why. But he knows that one of his name is Dini. His last name is Dini, but he doesn't know anything else.
And it's who H-O
Yeah.
or W-H-O.
Yeah. Who dash Dini. So, but yeah, no, someone who has like, might be even an illusion themselves, like, so has disconnected from who they are. Not even sure what's real.
It's kind of like the question.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Are you drawing that, or are you drawing a
I'm
Twilight?
starting out with the sloth.
sloth? Sloth master.
That might be another one that could go in.
I mean, I feel like there should be a third descriptor after that. We have sloth and master, because I keep hearing like Grandmaster Flash, so I want it to be like
Yeah.
Sloth Master Flex or something. Totally ridiculous, like a classic hip hop MC name.
But I like that Houdini. What else could we give about it? They could be would that be a hero or a villain?
It's searching and finding himself. I say
Oh, yeah.
hero.
How about neutral?
Kind of.
Like, because they're not
He'd
sure.
be able to escape from any kind of restraint. I mean, maybe he was an escape artist, but just like
Oh yeah.
instead of like doing the escape artist, it's just like put him in handcuffs and then click.
Mhm.
You just immediately come off kind of thing.
Maybe if they have flexible joints, so that they could
Yeah.
temporarily disconnect.
Mhm.
Joint connections and then wiggle out of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be cool. Or like reverse elbows and knees, that kind of thing.
Yeah, because I'm thinking maybe like the illusion part would be the only actual superpower,
Yeah.
but the other stuff could be just simple magic, contortionism, and sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But you
What
want?
about a duo that kind of like Hawk and Dove that work together?
Mhm.
It could be called treble and bass, and they do sound-based attacks.
That was actually a suggestion earlier. Treble.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Well, bass could be like a short, squat guy, and treble could be pair.
that. Well, that is
For like
that's
a
also.
6'6" tall, slender guy.
Those are also a duo in Mega Man. Treble.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there?
Bass and treble.
Which Mega Man?
Mega Man 7 and 8.
Yeah,
No, bass is just sort of like the evil Mega Man, and treble is his evil robot dog.
Okay.
But they didn't take the.
Could we have a team of superheroes that are just normal guys and they control robots that join together?
I'm not drawing a team.
robot.
I'm not drawing a team, I'm sorry.
How about a giant robot that's already formed together? Draw a sword. Draw a Zord. Well, what would be the silly theme that the 5 robots would join together for?
I don't know. Zodiac.
What if they're different types of fast food items?
That's the worst.
What if the body is a piece of pizza?
We're streaming onto the internet. Live. Yeah.
My wife is showing up from work. She also does some costume design, so maybe helping with costumes on this project
You want to do some drawings, people's suggestions?
of superheroes.
No, you're ready to crash. Here you go. Some of the partially completed ones. I'm gonna run to the restroom.
Okay.
I'll be back momentarily.
I'm starting to run out of steam too.
Well, let's maybe do like a little bit of a wrap up.
Okay. Until Jacob gets back.
All right.
I'll grab, a couple more characters for sure.
Okay. Well, actually, when you get back, we'll do lightning round.
Twilight Constable's fantastic.
So
Is yours count?
Yeah. How can you tell?
No way at all. It looks just like everybody else's.
Gee, thanks, woman.
I like the Muffin Man.
And the sidekick,
The
Cupcake.
cupcake. Here comes the
A lot of those are two-sided.
What other ones are out there that still need to be drawn?
let's see. You have to come in closer though to be seen. Like way close. Like we're barely all in.
Should I take off my iPad while you share it?
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Loading.
It's my wife, Amy. She's an artist. I am not. As you guys saw.
So okay. So we got a couple.
Cake and cup, cake and cup.
For,
I'm not here yet. Huh. A little bit of a delay.
yeah. Oh yeah. There's about a minute delay.
It's intentional.
What's this? Target.
What about...
Target. A poor unlucky kid whose power is that he makes everyone want to target him or pick on him. Maybe.
Maybe.
Or
I had an idea
Or-
for one.
Or other version of Target would be an indestructible man who creates pheromones who everyone begs to be their sidekicks but is insulted by the reason people want him to be a sidekick and aspires to be a hero.
Does that mean he needs stink lines?
Maybe.
So basically someone who everyone, who everyone gets everyone's attention, I'd say. Just sort of streamline that.
Can we put a giant target on him too?
Well, yeah, definitely.
Oh, so that's all a description of Target Boy?
I mean, there were several different alternate descriptors.
But it's definitely a boy.
Mhm.
Target boy.
Very easy. Let's do this.
So do a chibi version. Oh, you're using my sketchbook?
Pop up or...
You have to buy me a new one now. What am I gonna game with? Am I gonna draw a death perception team?
What if a cyborg is reptile based?
Took
We
your
call
seat,
it
Jacob.
Reptoid.
Wait, no, that's actually not. Sorry, I'm so used to now just groaning at all the names you make.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I thought that was a halfway decent idea.
No,
I actually spent a moment formulating that.
No, it was a good idea. I'm
Gee,
sorry.
thanks, Ben.
I'm sorry. It's like a Pavlov thing at this point.
Gee, thanks, Ben. This is like groan prepared. Quick and spell groan.
Yeah, so she's drawing Target. That's the person who everyone wants to target or aim at. I mean, maybe like... Oh, do you have...
I got some interns here.
Oh.
Returns.
Oh. Oh boy, you guys. So these are, again, to recap, these would be Dark Cop's intern sidekicks.
So we got Slothmaster,
Slothmaster,
Twilight Constable,
who's just Dark Cop.
and Crazy Clown.
Oh man, that...
That's pretty... I like how Sloth just has like a pair of crowbars that look like sloth claws.
Okay, if, one idea we had and way early on was like if we have a little extra or just in the future just want to make a comic, I think this could be just an issue. It's just Dark Cop sidekicks because I think I just love the way that these are drawn, and I don't know if it would translate the same way in live action. This is amazing.
The Twilight Constable. That's pretty fantastic.
Little buck teeth. And
Kind of looks like Matt Bird.
Sloth. There's just a little claw. Oh wow.
Oh, so great.
All right.
You know, he kind of looks like the Monarch from Venture Brothers.
Oh my god, yes.
Look at that. See, we got the nose. Not the eyebrows, but he's definitely got the nose.
My knees.
That's fantastic.
All right.
We have to make Scott Reeford Sloth Master. You get the little nose, just the string going around with an S on his forehead and the whiskers. Just a pair of crowbars.
So for this last bit, we're gonna do something. I'm just calling it. Okay, and wow, I stayed on my face again. So we're just gonna do something. I'm just gonna call lightning round, even though it's kind of not a lightning round at all. So.
Okay.
So we're just gonna, rather than, we're just gonna sort of pass it along. So I'm gonna read one and make his origins.
Okay.
Pass it to you. You talk about like his powers or what they do at the school, like so they're present, and then wait.
You can spit.
So maybe powers and origin story. Talk about personality.
Yes.
Or like character background.
Mm-hmm.
And Alex can go.
Yeah, and while I talk about what they do in the series. All right, so I am going to just refresh this, and I'm going to actually, you guys. I'm just
give us a superhero name.
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna say we're a minute ahead. So if everyone could just like post some just names, and I'll just pick one randomly. So I'm just gonna give maybe a minute or so. If you guys want to do that again, this is our big one. So just give us something good, great. I mean, you've been giving us really awesome suggestions, so thank you all for that.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at my I don't know what I'm doing.
Thank you, especially also for the people who've stuck around for nearly 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun, and
I'm still excited.
Yeah.
Super tired. I'm still excited.
So we're just waiting.
Target man.
Oh,
He's kind of
jeez.
stinky.
Again, we're about a minute ahead, so just killing time.
Yeah. So let's make it clear the goals. You're going to come up with the role, which order. It should make sense in the order. So I come up with the powers and the origin.
Sure.
And then
What
Jacob,
am I coming up with?
or I come up with the powers, you come up with the origin, or you come up with the powers, I come up with the origin.
Either way is fine.
No.
And then you come up with
Powers
the
and
role
origins are together,
Okay.
and then what they're doing now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll do powers and origin. You can do like
What they're actively doing now
Yep.
with that
Mhm.
powers and
Personality.
origin and their motivations.
personality, motivations,
And what they're currently, you're going to do what they're doing, their role in the school, in the universe, maybe, or their role in the school. And if any of them really strike Alex, you will.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna giving it 30 more seconds. One of JD Disputer said Corona. That's actually a character.
That's actually a character we've already created and written an episode for.
Uh-huh.
So, she's awesome. She's an alien with some telekinetic powers.
Mhm.
Some other things.
Yeah,
Just
because
have to watch the
But
show.
you'll have to pay money to get the show made just to learn more about Corona.
all right. So I'm gonna just.
But we like that name as well, obviously.
Yes.
I'm gonna. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Oh, hey, we have 10, and we have a 10-sided dice.
Sweet.
Wait, guys, ready?
Yeah. 7.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Scorn.
Okay. I'm kind of picturing maybe like super strength, some invulnerability, not like overpowered. Not I'm not talking like Hulk or anything, but maybe like Captain America level strength. Maybe has a weakness to a particular element, maybe fire, electricity, something like that. And then let's say the ability to phase through walls, and he got his powers through the heist of a super weapon gone wrong.
Okay. So I'll add to that. He was the sidekick of a supervillain. He was just a regular henchman. He was a nobody. And when he got the superpowers, he thought, "Big leagues, here I come." And that supervillain still treated him like scum. So now he has Scorn. Now he's going after supervillains like you think he's a superhero, but he does it in a very vengeful, violent manner. So he probably went to Supercat. Well, I'll let you, but yes, his motivations now are to take out supervillains, especially ones who have henchmen, and treat them like crap, and liberate the henchmen, but do horrible things to the supervillain. Because he is called Scorn.
All right. So, so Scorn, I guess would start out. He's going around. He's waiting at like sort of crime scenes, waiting for supervillains to attack. I'd imagine he would be someone who just watches and waits, see what the villain's doing first to make sure they have minions, see if they're being mistreated, and then goes into attack. The main problem with the superheroes are having a bit of trouble catching just because it's hard enough to find like a supervillain attacking, so you don't even know when he's going to attack someone.
Yeah. What if he infiltrates by disguising as a regular henchman or signing up?
That's practical disguise skills.
Yeah.
Stealth ability.
Yep.
Non-power related.
And what if there's actually some sentiment among the superhero community is like, a lot of us has considered doing what he does. We just haven't crossed that line.
Almost like a Punisher type.
Yeah, it's like, he's not all bad. But then there's guys like Darkhawk. No, there's a line. Justice must be served. Target is like, but he stopped the bad guys. He crushed his larynx when he did it, It's like, well, I guess. like we could even have, like, Power Kid conflicted, like, I'm not sure if this guy's good or bad. All right, that's enough, I think, on one for a lightning round.
Let's do one more like this.
Sure.
You guys want to change roles?
We can change roles. I can come up with powers.
Sure.
Maybe
Alex has the drawing coming.
Oh, I did something fast, just kind of reacting to whatever you guys said. I don't know what it is.
Oh, wow.
There's Scorn, quickly. It's kind of like it's a good old-fashioned street thug, which I think is actually somewhat appropriate for this character.
I like it. Cool. So this is Scorn, the fighter of supervillains and liberator of minions, but crosses that line.
Yeah. He picks the line up and beats supervillains. I'll do powers.
Okay.
And possible weaknesses. Do you want to do current motivations or what he's doing, Ben? And then you'll do his role in the Super Academy universe. Okay.
All right. Oh, this is an interesting one.
I don't know if I wish I was.
Newborn.
Newborn. So his power is to take anything old and make it brand new. So he can get a crappy old car and turn it like it's right off the assembly line. Or alternatively, he could take like an old rotten carrot and turn it into a fresh, ready-to-eat carrot. Almost like he creates pockets of reverse time.
Is he immortal?
I think he
like
is.
The Phoenix.
At least, but he can do parts of his body at a time. Like he can make his face younger, but he can't do his whole body. Or you do like, I need to catch up. I'm gonna make my legs stronger and faster or younger. and everything. So he could be like 1,000 years old.
Um,
But he kind of perpetually keeps himself through, like he kind of is like, oh, there goes my heart.
I think a power like that has to come at a cost. Maybe he can reverse time in one location, but he has to pull that time from.
Yeah, that's what
else.
I'm saying. It everything else reverses, so he has to constantly adjust where he's reversing time.
Or what if also the reversal only lasts for a little bit, so it'll go back to
Yeah.
being old after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, so you could look like a young person for a couple hours.
Oh, and what if I'm definitely imagining he could be pretty popular at like Super Academy also. A really good sidekick character.
Yeah.
He
can get them alcohol if they're underage.
Well, no, he wouldn't be able to age them up though, would he?
But he just not ages himself. He doesn't make himself younger. He just lets himself get old. He goes buys the booze.
Oh, I see. And I think he could also. Who is the Golden Age one? Sorry.
Oh, the scout.
Yeah, there could be a thing where he makes him like in his prime for a little bit, and he becomes like one of the most powerful students.
Yeah.
In the class.
Oh, now that I got my knees back, but he still talks like an old dude.
Or no, now that I maybe.
Now that I got my knees back, I'll show you young whippersnappers what's up.
Mm.
Just like the over the top, Superman, almost like Booster Gold type.
Mhm.
Now that I have my knees back.
Now that I have my knees.
Patrick Warburton should play Scout. We should age him.
Now that I have my knees back. Go ahead and get back to what it is.
I think this guy should be kind of creepy, like his costume. Newborn should have like a close fitting, like almost like commando spacesuit, like something from Mass Effect, but like it's slightly wet looking. So that's Newborn.
Oh,
That's strong.
Oh, wow. Okay. Here's Newborn's design, and we also have a Target's design as well. All right. This is Newborn. Little bit of got the overalls and a little bit of
Baby face going on.
Tintin hair. I like. What's that he has? Lollipop or?
Yeah.
All right. So Newborn. This is Target.
Everything is getting progressively sillier as we get tired.
Target, who was suggested earlier. Basically, everyone wants the Target. I don't even know if this is really a power. It's just his shorts.
He's got pheromones.
Okay.
Yeah, pheromones and things.
So
why he's stinky.
but he's
Well,
also
he tracks everyone with his pheromones.
He also's got a very scandalous kind of costume.
Right.
It's easy to tease him.
But he's also a really good distraction. All right, so I'm gonna pick this one random. This is gonna be our last one.
Okay.
We're switching roles again?
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
So what's left? So I'll do powers and origins.
Powers. You'll do the role in the world.
That's what I was supposed to do last time, but you guys did that for me. So
Oh.
I can do that.
I'll do role in the world, and you can do
personality
motivations.
Okay.
Odd infinitum. Odd infinitum.
And on and on.
Yeah. Okay, so odd infinitum has was just a normal person, but who got accidentally, due to string theory, got caught in a temporal vortex, but somehow made it out, and so got superpowers. Okay, I mean, whatever. So his thing is that he can go back in time, but a version of him, like he'll do something, then can go back, but the version of himself is still doing it. So there's then a second version of him doing another thing, but the one he just left behind has to do what it just did before it went back. Does that make any sense at all?
You lost me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was thinking like a cloning power too.
Well, I mean, yeah, it sort of is clone. Okay, so let's say he goes to a door and opens it. Okay.
So he's just Michael Keaton in Multiplicity.
Maybe. I can't remember that movie very well. But like, so he'd go and open a door. Okay, so then he'd go jump back in time, and so there's a second ad infinitum there, and that one of them would go and open the door, but the second one could do whatever he wanted. So it's like he sends another version of himself back in time. So now,
what if they bring back little bits of information to help him solve mysteries? They can only bring tidbits of information back to him. Like they know slightly more than him, and he can only get bits of it at a time.
well, the ones that he left behind would have to continue doing what they did before they went back. So,
Wouldn't he eventually overpopulate the whole world? And
well, he'd stop after a bit.
would he have to start killing his own clones?
No, because then when they went back, they disappear. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm still very confused.
All right. Did you ever play Braid?
Yeah.
Okay, I think World 4 or something, where it's like you start running and then you go back and then a shadow version of yourself does what you just did before you went back.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically like that.
Okay. What are the limitations on his power?
Maybe only like 5 minutes.
As many times as you want? Because he could go back and forth 5 minutes and create an army of himself.
He can do it. That's way too high. 4 times a day.
Okay.
Make 4 copies.
Yeah.
Okay. I would see this character as being really like scattered, personality-wise. They're living outside of normal time stream. There's a really great line in Kingdom Come where the Spectre is talking about Flash. He says he's the man who lives between the ticks of the second. And that's kind of what I'm picturing for this guy. He lives outside of the normal time stream of what we perceive as reality. So he's probably not very approachable, probably not very friendly, almost like condescending just because he knows a lot more than you do. He doesn't mean it in a bad way, but it's kind of implied because he actually does know a lot more than everybody else does because he can be jumping forward and backwards in that sense.
What he is currently doing in the Super Academy universe, he is a student. He's got a nice little side racket going on where he gets test answers by going in the future and he's selling them to students who are struggling. And Power Kids put it in conflict because he's in danger of failing a class he needs to pass. And he's really considered doing it, and he and Darkup have to have a moment where Darkup has to convince him that academic dishonesty.
Oh yeah, no,
and they confront Ad Infinitum and convince him what he's doing is wrong and is cheapening the system and making other people less worthy heroes. Which they have a whole redemption thing. Power Kid learns a lesson. Ad Infinitum learns to probably not do this and uses powers for less. It's not really. He's not using it for evil. He's using it for his own advantage.
Okay.
To keep it in kind of the college theme of our show. It doesn't always have to be this earth-shattering motivation this character's doing. He's using that. He does know more than everyone else. He gets the test answers, and then he sells them. Yeah.
Cool.
You want to know the answers to the test? I went ahead and saw them.
All right. Oh, Ad Infinitum's finished?
I have 2. I don't really like it, but I'll show it to you.
All right.
He's wearing old-timey football here. What?
Here's Ad Infinitum.
Galligator.
He, I guess doesn't have a lot of time to shave or keep his hair. But
He's too busy doing other things.
right. So that is so that will be our end. So
thank you, everybody.
thank you guys for coming in.
Thanks for coming. We love you guys. Remember to spread the word. Do everything you can.
We only have 68 hours left, so
60 hours, and we have $5,019, $5,919 to go.
So
we'll see you again tomorrow night, Friday night, and Saturday, of course. Tomorrow night we're doing the live prop build. We're gonna have
Thursday night.
Yes, tomorrow night is Thursday.
Sorry.
Yeah. We're gonna have a live prop build. We're gonna have a couple of our prop builders
working on building some sort of doomsday machine or weapon, live in camera and answering questions, talking with you guys. And then on Friday, we're going to have a couple people in character playing games together, including a brand new card game which isn't released yet called Kitsune, which is really, really fun, really, really cool. And of course, Saturday we'll just be doing ridiculous stuff all day long.
I'll be there the last 2 hours eating the sriracha.
Yeah, and Kyle will be eating sriracha
for each
by
pledge.
itself every
I
time.
won't do it unless you give us money.
Yeah.
All right.
$1.
So thank you guys again, and we will see you guys later. And see, wait, keep waving. Keep it. Don't stop. There we go.
We love you.